welcome to episode 15 of the Astral Circus, sort of, here on happyjacksrpg. To find all the previous sessions of this game, not in a sort of way, you could go to happyjacks.org/the Astral Circus. I am Jason. I'm your GM for this game, and I like weird stuff. For instance, we're doing 2d10 instead of d20s. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. Content warning. I have already played 7 hours of Dungeons & Dragons today. I am both Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal from the Unbearable Weight of Something 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 meme at the same time. Also, this game is gross and bloody and weird and cussy and sexy and all those things. So, sometimes at the same time, that has happened. So, we use safety tools here. I think you should use them at your table, even if they're with people you've been gaming with your whole life. Sometimes it's just good to have a tool to be able to have a conversation about something that you didn't know was bothering you until you had the opportunity to talk about it. Jay, explain yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jay. I use he, him pronouns. And I typically play Brutus, the Giff monk. I'll leave it at that for now.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sam. I use they, them pronouns, and I am not here today to play Jaden Sapphire.
And Pooja is just learning this now.
I was like, you have printed out character sheets? What?
And I'm not wearing the outfit.
Yeah, I did notice that too. I was like, maybe it was just too hot.
No.
Hi, I am Pooja. I don't use pronouns, and I came ready to play Ezthe Perah,
Which you will.
friendly neighborhood thembo, martial sorcerer, which is a subclass of Jason's that we are playtesting in this campaign.
Mhm.
It's going super well so far. I'm so neurospicy. And so is Ezthe.
So we're not going to get a deep recap from last time. We fought some Githyanki and everything worked out great. I'm pretty sure that's how I remember it ending, and there's nothing really hanging in the balance there.
I'm sure it's fine.
So yeah, whatever. We're actually, well, I have an important question. Pooja, how long ago was Esthe's foray into the Underdark as a young person?
I would say probably around 32 years ago.
Okay.
Maybe 32 years, 4 months, and 4 days, but you know,
Who's counting, right? How old was Ezthe in that event? Nearly an adult, like a late teen,
yeah,
right?
late teen.
Okay.
Like it was the tiefling equivalent of
Yeah,
just setting out to college age.
right. Yeah, and tieflings, and it's all about the same. You know, most of the humanoids. Who's texting?
Like
me?
I think
How dare?
my understanding is that tieflings have like slightly longer, but not like elf long.
Yeah, that's probably right. But anyway, so young adult Ezthe has fallen through the field into the Underdark. Do you have a vision of what that moment was like for you? I can make up some bullshit, but I didn't want to like step on your established canon.
The way that I've always pictured it is Ezthe was out, had to chase down this horse. Not my fault that the horse always gets.
Horse. Yes. Got it.
Horse.
Yeah.
Not my fault that the horses always get spooked when things happen with me magically.
Mm-hmm.
But it is my responsibility, therefore, to go track them down.
Yeah.
And while I was on the way to do that, there was...
You know what horses love when they're fleeing from you? Is you chasing them and yelling at them to come back. Anyway, go ahead.
I mean, I wouldn't say it was yelling. It was definitely only like 85% volume. It could have gone up another 15% easily.
Yellish.
Yell-ish.
Yellish.
And then, so the horse, Sundancer,
Sure.
takes a hard left into like a forested area, which I don't understand because wouldn't you rather be running out in the open, whatever, but I go, and then there was like a stream, and it was great because I was hot because I had been chasing this horse. And I was like, oh, I'll get some water in the stream, and then I'll go back to chasing the horse. Hopefully then they'll have, like, calmed down some. But the stream turned out to be kind of like, there was like a gravelly area leading down into it, and I slipped on the bank. And then that stream went really, really far down. I'm still not 100% sure how it happened.
Okay. That's fair.
I may have hit my head
Yeah, that seems likely.
a couple of times.
Yeah. The first time I found the hole that you can jump down in Baldur's Gate 3, I didn't know that I needed to cast Featherfall first.
Oh, no. Whoops.
Fortunately, that was not an honor mode playthrough, and I could reload.
Yeah, that makes a big difference.
We didn't make it.
Oh, no.
But anyway, welcome to the Underdark. We have a couple of other characters joining us today as we resume. So we're going to pick up. This is a point where you've been in the Underdark for about how long total were you there? A month?
You know, it's hard to judge time when you have a son to tell you how long time is.
Yeah,
And when you're in the Underdark,
it's harder.
time just kind of happens.
Yeah. Now, I would like to say this is somewhat. I think, like, if you were just missing your aunt,
Yes.
yeah, your auntie would be turning the world upside down to find you. And I think there was somehow like a message spell or something got out that, like, I'm okay, I'm figuring out what to do. I don't know how to tell you how to get to me, and I don't know how to get to you, but I'm with people who are taking care of me, and I will get home soon, right?
Yes,
Like,
absolutely. It would have been like the first thing.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to worry people.
right. And maybe your auntie could cast message. Like, who knows, right? Whatever. It's like a little mystical bird found you and literally, chirped a message, and you're like, yeah. And also, obviously, it would be weird, too, if you were like a little kid, but you're not, right?
Yeah.
So,
I believe she described it as a learning experience.
yeah. Study abroad.
At the time, or why you shouldn't just go running into the forest,
Mm-hmm.
and you're old enough to know better.
I mean, there's a lot of air quotes happening in the studio. It's hard to know where they begin and where they end. But
Yeah,
could have been
it
4
was
or
3
5
months.
weeks.
It was 3 months.
3 months happened. Okay. When we got home, it was a quarter of a year.
Which,
so-
was
Was this like your mushroom spring?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
It's like some people go to, Baldur's Gate. Some people go to Neverwinter.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the Underdark.
There was, so this part of the Underdark that you're in is not the part that we ran into in Baldur's Gate 3, if anyone played that video game. It's not a part that we've encountered specifically so far in this game. But it is a part where you, as they have encountered a particular mushroom, they don't really have like Latin naming conventions, right? They just have like
Yeah.
whatever stalk or
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you found a stalk of a reticular stalk. Is what it's called. It's a mushroom that grows sort of like a mushroom cap, but when you pull the cap off, it's hollow in the middle, right? And so you have like it looks like a donut basically, right? Slightly flattened, like if you took cap off a very classically shaped mushroom and then punched a hole in it, that's because when you pull it off, the stalk stays there and you get donut mushroom. It's called reticular. And it is known for letting you remember things that have happened and remember things that haven't happened yet.
Oh.
which is different from seeing the future.
Noted.
Says people who are very enthusiastic about reticular.
Okay.
So, the first time, so when you fell through, you ended up in Sovereign Minar's, M-I-N-A-R, Sovereign Minar's kingdom. Yeah, circle. Their town, right? It's a bigger town than anything we saw in Baldur's Gate. It's probably like 100 individuals. And they are just thriving down there, right? They're doing whatever it is Myconids do. It's hard to know exactly what Myconids want and what they don't and whatever. Many, they might go off on their own for a while. They might stay with the circle. They might merge with another Myconid. That could happen. Who knows, right? It's a strange place. But, you're like you run into them. Members of the community find you. They find you not harmful to them. And they're like, okay, well, we don't know how to tell you to get to whatever this place you're describing. Like you're describing the above world. They're like, that makes no sense. What you said.
I get that a lot.
Yeah. But you can stay here and we will let you not die.
I appreciate that so much.
Until you can figure out how to get back to the overworld, air quotes, like that you claim is the real thing. And that's okay. We did see that they hit their head when they landed, and that is a thing for some beings. It's like, yeah, sounds made up. So.
I don't know, they gave me lots of meds when I got here.
Yeah, they sure did. However, it's been a nice experience so far. They like to sing. They sing and dance. Now, for some reason, this is even before I was sort of delirious today. I picture mushroom music, Myconid music, as essentially dubstep that you make with organic instruments.
That's not wrong, because I've seen people hook up electrodes to mushrooms and they make a sound.
Oh, okay.
It's not unlike that.
Okay, so yeah, it's like the similar to the drone of like a didgeridoo, and then there's drum, mushroom drums, obviously, and all kinds of just blah 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 blah. That kind of.
And one of the things I really liked about Baldur's Gate and how they introduced Myconids was like the communication was also part of a song.
Mm-hmm.
Like the music is the entire communication structure.
Yeah. So this particular circle, their music to us sounds like if all of your dubstep instruments were squishy and wet. That's normal,
It's like unplugged dubstep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Acoustic dubstep.
Yes. Yeah.
MTV Unplugged.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's Myconid TV.
Yeah.
Myconid.
MDMA Unplugged. I don't think that's a fungus, but whatever. So, you've been here for a few days so far, right? You've had a message. You're like, okay, I got a message from my aunt. You're like, my aunt who lives above, and they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. They're not making fun of you either. They believe that you believe that, and that's okay.
This is also my life.
Yep.
This is not actually all that different than my general life day-to-day experiences.
However, at some point, there's some sort of festival. They've tried to explain to you why this festival is happening. But they recently finished another festival, and now they're having another one.
These are my kind of people.
Yes, yeah.
I'm here for this every day.
And the reticular stalk is part of it, right? They needed your help to go collect some of them, and they got enough, and then, so the party is now tonight. your first experience with reticular is your memory drifts back to a few days ago. It drifts back to tomorrow. It drifts back to that time you were 6 and didn't tell on your friend when they stole the candy from the store, because you're a good friend.
Yeah.
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 And
So-
not
and
a
sometimes
snitch.
you just really want some candy,
Yep.
and you don't have the sheer amount of coin that merchant is charging because they don't like your face.
Yeah. Oh, it was your little Goliath friend. Remember? That's who we were talking about. Yeah. Your Goliath neighbor was like, that looks so good. And we don't have money. Neither of us have money. I'm gonna grab it.
Yes.
I'm so sneaky. I'm a 5 foot tall 6-year-old. But yeah, it was fine. You got away. You got a pie and whatever. And then it drifts forward to a few days. It drifts back, sorry, to a few days from now. And you can see that there is a threat that comes to the circle.
Oh no.
There is, it's a little bit jumbled because I don't think at this point in your life have you been in a real fight, like where your life was on the line.
No.
Yeah, you've
No.
probably like gotten a slap fight or a bully or something like that,
Yeah.
but not
But
like,
also, like, the first time you accidentally explode on people, they start to leave you alone.
sure, yeah, you've had a lot of breathing room. Okay. Yeah, this is when your memory drifts back to a few days from now. There is an attack on the circle. There are let's see. Yeah, there is a. You're not sure what organization whatever. They're not like in matching uniforms or anything, but there are half a dozen people show up in the area and are trying to harvest a bunch of stuff for myconids.
Ugh.
And for anyone listening, if you don't know, myconids are like full-on people, right? They're not like wild animals or something, right? They are a collective consciousness and whatever, but they're people, right? And we don't eat people. That's rude.
Not unless
But
they
you have
agree.
it's like a mix of like humans and dwarves. You know, this like half dozen is, yeah, it's like 4 humans and 2 dwarves. And to your eye, they seem like above ground dwellers, right? They don't seem like typical Underdark folk. But yeah, that's the end of your trip. And actually, yeah. So the rest of that time, you drift back and forth a little bit. You're like, ooh, that was unpleasant. Let's think about something else. And then also your memory drifts.
So on brand.
Your memory drifts back, way back to 32 years from now. And there's another unpleasant memory of fighting in a weird, like, why are you in a museum? Who let you into a museum?
Who made me go to a museum?
Yes. There's a gorgeous egg that no one lets you contact. Like, there's all this stuff.
I could have had a pet.
Right.
And I recognize that egg as a Bahir egg
Right.
because Stalmy has told me
Yes.
so much about them.
Yes. Yeah. Dalmy has told you stories about the Bahir. And what is this weird future past dream that you're not allowed to touch the Bahir egg? And when we come back to our normal timeline for this game, you will now have remembering this
Mhm.
because it's happened. But it hadn't happened yet, so you couldn't have remembered it.
Obviously.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mushroom logic.
Yeah. I'm doing my best here. Okay, so the
It's like that really intense deja vu. You're
Yeah.
like, afterwards,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, Oh yeah, that's what that was about.
Yep. Yeah. But as you're coming out of it, the more immediate concern is the memory from a few days from now, and hopefully not even letting it get that far. Now, before we get there, let's pause with Ezthe sort of coming out of the haze, right? This circular spiraling haze, which was not unpleasant, right? It was,
except for those two kind of shitty memories that I had, where I
Right.
could have been, you
Yeah.
know,
The
remembering more fun stuff.
the fact of those memories was unpleasant, but the feeling, it's not like a, whoa, I'm gonna barf, like that kind of high that's like, oh
Too
no,
much.
this is bad and I'm having a bad time. And eventually you were able to, like, once you understood, like, well, I'm gonna have to warn everybody about that attack, and then you're like, I'm gonna go somewhere else now, and you know, just sort of what's that called? Like, scan through your memories of like, oh yeah, that one's a fun one. Ooh, I remember her. Like, you know,
Microfiche.
Yeah.
It's the microfiche
yeah,
of,
yeah,
of
yeah.
mushroom fish.
Yep. That's good. That's good. Okay, so Sam,
Yes.
your character
Mm-hmm.
originally came from a mountain town on a little island that was shared with a fishing village called Brine.
Mm-hmm.
But some years ago, you decided to move out on your own. And by the way, but at that time, it was just a fishing village.
Right.
Okay.
Okay,
This-
just
this
a
was-
fishing village.
Yeah, just a fishing village. And you lived in this mountain town called High Place.
Uh-huh.
That is its name.
I mean, it's in a high place. That's what else would you
Yes.
call it?
Yeah. It is a town mostly of tieflings and dwarves with a few Goliaths in there. Again, it's like 400 or 500 people, right? Like, just like Brine. It's very small towns on a very small island where nothing ever happens and nothing interesting, right? And your character found the call of the spore drew you in, right?
Mhm.
It drew you into the mining shafts and the caves and then deeper in and deeper in, where it got wetter and danker and squishier and moldier. And you, Goliath young person, found yourself, you were teaching yourself the ways of the spore druid. And at some point you certainly, like, you had to let your family know, like, I'm leaving, you know, right? Like, this is where I'm
We've
supposed
got
to be.
mushroom stuff to do.
Yeah, and I'm very busy. And they're like, okay, well, I hope we see you again. Let's you know, whatever. You can characterize that however you want. What was your character's name?
Oh, I don't actually know how to pronounce this.
Oh, something.
Malkia? Malkia?
Malkea, Night
Night
Friend.
Friend.
Oh yeah.
Wuna
So
Kataka.
Night Friend
Katake.
is the name you would tell non-Goliath people,
Okay,
right? So we could
Yeah,
just
yeah.
go with Night Friend.
great.
Because you know, even though you've left your family, it's like still sort of kind of private. you
Yeah.
know. So Night Friend
Okay.
is how you're known. And you since found the Circle of Minar,
Mm-hmm.
and they were perfectly happy to let you weren't causing any problems. So let's say your character is probably late teens, early 20s,
Okay.
right? At this stage. So Goliaths can range, like an adult Goliath can be 7 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
right? Often fairly hardy. They don't have to be. There are short Goliaths. There are tall dwarfs, right? Whatever. How would you like to? What sort of physicality? How would you describe Night Friend?
Let's see. So Night Friend doesn't have a very high strength. So I'm gonna go with like tall, but kind of gangly, like they haven't grown into their
Mhm.
like musculature yet, like a little awkward stature wise.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of this actress's name? Tall white woman who was inappropriately cast in the Doctor Strange movie.
Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton.
Mhm.
Right?
Yes.
Like a very thin
Yeah.
Tilda Swinton.
Yep.
Okay. So if unfortunately Tilda Swinton lost weight to do this role of like,
Yeah.
no, don't do that.
No.
And also didn't have the natural grace that Tilda Swinton has.
Right.
Yes.
She's a fey creature. Okay, so tall, gangly. They also can range from, you know, slate gray to sort of blue gray, also darker tones.
Mhm.
They're just not usually in the like yellow to pink skin tones.
Mhm.
What are you picturing?
I think we gotta go with a nice, like, kind of swampy gray to, like, lean into the mushroom
Yeah, okay.
affinity.
Yep.
Yeah, like a little bit of a warm gray.
Oh, did you decide on pronouns that you want to use?
I think she, they.
She, they. Okay. And there's a part of you, you are still a distinct entity. You are not Myconid, right?
Right.
But I think you've been down here for so long that it would be hard to imagine disconnecting from the spore's telepathic
Mm-hmm.
connection, right? Like, yeah, you've just been part of it for so long. but-
Also, kind of feels like the Myconids, like, get me more
Uh-huh.
than, like...
No,
my-
they've accepted you as a weird mushroom, right? You're not a normal mushroom, but you're
Yeah.
one of ours.
I mean,
there's,
like,
there's mushrooms of all kinds.
Yeah.
Mushrooms come in all flavors.
Yes.
to be fair, I was kind of a weird mushroom in High Place, so now that I'm a weird mushroom here, it feels
Yeah.
like normal.
Yeah. It's like it's not your fault that you're not a mushroom, right? Like
Yeah.
that's the Myconid attitude. It's like, yeah, you weren't born a mushroom. That's not your fault. That's okay. All right. So yeah, you know a lot about how spores grow and spread and do and be, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have animated dead bodies before. That's a thing that you know how to do. What were you? Oh, now we should also say, since you've been here, you've made friends with what is essentially like a mussel or a clam. There's a species of these that are, rather than meat inside, it's fungi, right?
Mhm.
With a shell around it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have made friends with this like slick purpley black. It's like black unless you get it in just the right light, and there's a little purple.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that voice. But... Make your own kind. And when
Why
you
is my first thought, oh, that sounds so delicious?
probably would be right,
Mm-hmm. We don't need friends, though.
right?
No, if
without
it's
permission.
if it's a sentient being,
Well,
then no.
it's
but
sentient
also,
at the level of like a dog, right?
don't eat pets either.
No, we don't eat pets.
Mm-mm.
But this pet did eat you a little bit. So you have armor. It's
Mhm.
called living armor, and it has tendrilled into you.
Mhm.
And so you have the equivalent of breastplate armor that this clamshell is literally like it's on your front and your back, and is you can move easily. It's not hurting you. You're not hurting it, unless you don't feed it. But that's like any pet, right? You should
You gotta feed your pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know you have this protective shell, and you cannot remove it without hurting you and it.
Why would I want to do that?
Yeah. What were you doing when this tiefling fell through the sky? Fell out of the darkness of the sky.
Oh, that's a good question.
In a, like there's a little waterfall here and a pond,
Mm-hmm.
and this tiefling is like, phew, like, oh, I hope they land in the water. They did not. Just splat in the dirt. At least it wasn't stone, but it was dirt, and you were like, well, maybe a heel. It's not dead. They're not dead.
Not dead.
Then you could do something about that. So
Yeah.
you're like,
I
oh, should I animate it? Oh, it's not dead.
nope, doesn't need it.
I'm not disappointed.
Why would I be disappointed in that? I think I was probably like gathering like materials.
Okay.
Like I don't know. weird moss or mushrooms or things.
Well, yeah, I think the moss that grows here is strange because, like, this water, and you know about the overworld, you also know that the circle is patient with you. And
Hmm. We've been through the like, oh sure, there's a place with sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, just no rock over your head. Okay.
Sounds fake.
But that's fine, right? But you know this water is coming from up there directly. It's not like run off from a mountain or what. It's just like there's a spring. It goes up. It's in the sky air, and then falls straight down here. And it has some natural properties to it that is like, oh yeah, this moss is good for, I don't know, fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, so you're here collecting something special, and this body is just ragdoll. What's this moment for you?
I think they kind of like look at it for a second and assess. They're like, okay, not dead. Don't have to animate. I think they talk to their armor.
Uh-huh.
Like it's a
Sure.
person.
Like it's a good
Like
boy.
I talked to Fenris.
Yeah.
So there's a moment of like, what should we do about that? I should probably help. They might could be injured. That was a long way. Yeah, let's help.
Yeah. I think it can make some little, they're not growly sounds, but it's like when you pluck the, like a cello, like the thick string on a cello, it can sort of, you know, it can like hum a little bit.
Like a whale sound, but like if you're in the mouth of the whale. Cause
Yes.
it's like,
Yeah. If you're inside.
Yeah.
And it's audible, but it's more audible to you because it's like in your bones.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like, it seems like a positive, like, I would wag a tail if I had.
That's the yes hum. Got
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah. So I think she goes over and like kind of like pokes you with a toe a little bit first and is like, "Are you awake? Do you need help?" I'm going to take that as a yes. I'm going to help you. Don't flail or stab, please.
I mean, who would I stab? No stabby.
Great. I love that.
Very badly injured.
Yeah. So I'll assess.
I think I already went boom, so it should be fine.
Do you explode?
Only when I'm very badly hurt.
You look badly hurt now.
That's why I think I already went boom.
Okay.
Yeah, probably the first rock you hit on the way down.
I think that there's debris
Yeah.
around me.
Yeah, this is what drew your attention. You hear this, this like concussion, you know, 30, 40 feet
Yeah.
up, you know?
Oh, is that what I heard? Okay. Okay. What hurts worst?
All of this.
My entire body.
Okay.
So we'll assume that
do
a
some
healing
healing.
spell happened,
Yeah.
and there was a little moment there. Although your healing spell is from a spray of spores. 'Cause I'm also picturing like other things are sort of growing on your clothes, and you just like grab something off and just go like squish it over the face.
Yeah, I mean, how else are
Yeah.
you gonna carry your lichens around? They
Yeah.
need to like live.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's so much more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you're helping this tiefling sit up and sort of catch their breath and all that sort of thing. Jay, what brought your character out this way to the pond? That it is strange that this moss only grows at this pond, even though like sure the Goliath in town says that it comes from above, but like whatever.
I sort of envision my my character as like one of the folks that kind of keep the colony safe, and so I've been patrolling the ground. Like you know, I'm one of the few Myconids who kind of roam the grounds, for range around the caves and tunnels and such. I think the same thing. I just heard this poof off in the distance, and I know that's not something that usually happens around here.
Yeah.
Even with the overworlder around,
Yeah.
you know, it's not something that you brought in, as far as I know. So I'm wandering around. I've got a pole arm with me. I've got this. So my character looks like a sort of yellowish amber, myconid. But I've got like layers of slime kind of just oozing and dripping off me in various various places. And I'm being followed around by what looks like it's like a Great Dane sized mushroom creature.
Okay, yeah. Love it.
But it's not smart like regular myconids are. It's like animal level intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's like the myconid equivalent of a pet of a
Sure.
like a dog or something. So,
Okay.
big mushroom. It actually kind of has like like its cap, and it's got like a little protrusion that almost kind of looks like a head.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 4 mushroomy, stumpy mushroom legs that
Yeah.
it kind of
I like the idea that, like, sometimes
Loops
we
around
see
with me.
it and it has 6 legs, and then
Oh, yeah,
sometimes
yeah,
we
yeah.
see it and it's standing up on 3.
Sure,
Or,
yeah,
You know, like,
kind of like
just like sometimes we don't know what it's gonna do.
yeah.
It does what
yeah.
it wants. It's
Yeah, it's a mobility thing,
Yeah.
when it needs to adapt to the environment,
Sure.
sometimes
It
it'll
needs-
retract all the legs and kind of just crawl and
Yeah.
and yeah.
Or I need 37 legs.
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
gonna roll down this hill.
Yeah, totally, yeah, love it.
Um,
Comes loping along with me, and I kind of run over to investigate the noise.
Yeah, and right away you would recognize Night Friend.
Yeah.
And this collapsed tiefling.
Okay, all right. You're used to by this time. You're used to rapport spores, right?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah. So okay, I'll let out. Actually, the way I've envisioned this, my myconid also, because you're still, you've got hearing organs and such. I've actually learned to kind of like pump air through the grills of my cap
fun.
to kind of like vibrate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's sort of this auditory language that we've been able to kind of come up with. And so I run over. What are you doing when I run over? I think you discover Ezthe before I do.
I think so. So I think she's in the middle of like has kind of started to patch them up and like
Yeah.
is helping them sit up. I think.
Okay, and you're awake at this point.
Oh yeah.
I run over and kind of like in my mushroom speak, I let out a burst of spores, rapport spores that cover the area, and like filling your heads and filling your ears. I say, "Oh, have you got a new friend to join us here?"
I think so.
Did you hear that and hear that, or did I hit my head really, really hard?
All of the above is true. You did hit your head very hard, but you also did hear that and hear it.
Are you kind of like sitting on the ground? You think?
Yes.
Like, okay.
I
So-
think that my first instinct was to jump up when I saw approaching
Oh,
myconid
sure.
person I don't know,
Mm.
Yeah.
and quickly realized that was probably not the best idea.
Yeah, and then you just.
And
fell
it was
back
like,
there.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I live here now.
I've had a concussion before. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So there is also this sort of brief galloping sound, and then this 4-legged mushroom is like straddling over you because you're sitting on the ground, right? And the like weird head-shaped thing is doing the wind grill thing
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
because it wants to be like you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
because that's what your noise sounds like to it. It's like I'm talking.
Oh, do you want pets? It is
Yes.
the universal language.
Oh, and I like. Actually, I say, wow, what does it taste like? Does it taste okay? And it's not like, do you taste delicious? It's just, I'm asking my mushroom friend if it's detecting any kind of threatening vibes from you. Since it's gotten close, but you hear it kind of out of context in your minds through the rapport spores.
I mean, I'm not dirty. I just came out of the river.
Mm.
I mean, maybe I'm dirty. I landed on the ground.
Yeah.
But
You're so close to the pond. It was so close.
it would probably better that I didn't drown. But I'm gonna be petting your friend
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
because I understand the universal language of "Don't you want pets?
sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Pay attention to me."
Yeah. And it's, sensory smell organs on its side, except the like oils and scents from your hands, and you know, and it just reports
Yeah, kind of like transmits that to me, right?
good.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Huh. Does your friend walk like you do?
When not injured, probably. Do you think you can walk?
Maybe slowly. I mean, last time I tried to get up, that seemed to be a really bad idea. But give me a few minutes, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I make this like kind of series of grill noises, and my big mushroom, their name is Stool. They kind of just they sort of squish their front end, and they just
stool or stole?
stool. It's
okay.
like a they used to be a little stool sized thing when I met them, and then eventually they grew up. It kind of squishes its front end down, and it kind of goes right underneath you, and gets underneath you like a big chaise lounge.
Oh, this is great.
And then I say, all right, well, if your friend isn't doing okay, we should go back to the colony.
I think that's a good idea. Are you?
So at this point, your memory slides forward again. All right. You've had some weeks here getting to know your friends. First few things you got up to, well, you had the first couple festivals, you're like, wow, this is what an exciting time of the year. And then there was another one, and then there was another one. It was like every few days, there's something to celebrate. It's a very busy Myconid calendar that if you could document it and like publish it to the overworld, it would be fascinating information. But it's so much.
Said as they never.
Yeah, and it would require you writing something down and taking notes. So,
Do what now?
Literally never occurs to us.
who the what now? Yeah.
And I gotta acknowledge in the chat, Genhuman one, we were remiss that we didn't start with the universal greeting of "Ba weep bra na weep nini ba."
I don't recognize that
It's a
reference.
Transformers movie.
Oh, Transformers. Okay.
Universal greeting.
Okay. That's great. That's great. Okay, so the you find yourself sort of sitting in the hammock that you've set up for yourself. Night Friend helped you sort of figure out how to settle in and be ambulatory meat sack down here with all the mushroom people. And there have been various little things that happen, like we had to discourage a family of bullets from settling in. Like, oh, no, this is not the place for you. You could go over there.
You go elsewhere.
Yeah, this is too much. So there's just been some odds and ends. This would be a very good episodic series if anyone wants to pick it up. I've got lots of ideas. Ezthe and their mushroom friends.
Ezthe and the mushroom.
Yeah.
Ezthe and the Myconids.
Yeah.
Backup band.
Yeah, I would go to that band.
Oh yeah.
So the
This is the closest I've ever been to making a graphic novel.
Hey,
I can't actually draw.
I
I
can't either.
can kind of, but not in a way that I would ever want anyone else to see in the universe.
Yeah, it's relatable. Okay, it was kind of cool this afternoon. I thought Jacket was going to make it longer, but that's okay.
I feel like it made it like a good
Made it longer than
it's
last
been
week.
like an
Yeah,
hour.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last week was like 20 minutes. So I was like, oh, I'm dying. Okay, so the so I want to prep something that is going to be true at the end of this session. All right. When we come back next time, Ezthe is going to have the ability to access eidetic memories.
Oh.
And will be forever justified in never having written anything down. Because you'll be able to make a roll to literally experience anything you've ever experienced.
Awesome.
Okay? So, that's a thing. But not yet. You're not that good at it yet. You will have been in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember definitely being able to remember things very, very well on occasion.
Yes. All right. The three of you have spent some time together over the last few weeks just because it was a fun thing to do, and you were all the main characters in the show. So this is what's highlighted. The family of Billets moved through. There was a situation where some of the elder guards had to take care of a vampire situation that they didn't bring you in on, but you heard about it afterwards, and they did in fact destroy a vampire who was going to cause some problems. They wanted to like build a home down here, like nope. Well, for them, build a home here, right? Down here is not a term that
Right.
that you're familiar with, right?
Right.
Not the kind of neighbors they want.
Right. There are many places that they encouraged this vampire to leave, and he didn't, and they murdered him. So, and his body is now feeding the compost. So, yeah.
The spawning grounds.
Yes, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But now it is following that that most recent festival where you got to try Reticular for the first time, and you've remembered the thing that's happening in a few days. Sitting up from your hammock. What do you want to do about it?
I'm obviously going to tell my two best friends first.
Okay. How were you all celebrating the Reticular festival?
I think I was doing some sort of like acrobatic athletic dance.
Ooh,
It's like one of
fun.
those myconids
Yeah,
kind of
whole,
like
sort of.
yeah. But also, I mean, with my pole arm, so I got
neat.
the Zerkwood halberd, and I'm kind of, or not glaive rather.
Yeah.
And I'm twirling it, and every once in a while, it'll. I'm gonna say like somebody will bring in other mushrooms that have been harvested, and I'll do sweeping sweeps with the glaive, and they'll kind of like in like colorful ores,
cool. Yeah.
like
Okay.
bioluminescent things,
I'm setting it up as canon now that this is the basis of Ezthe's Astral Circus.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
all right.
yeah.
Right.
Mhm,
Okay,
mhm.
sure,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, but this one not as arcane. Just like
No, it's fine. I mean, Ezthe's just not like you work with what you've got, and when what you've got is like
yeah,
prestidigitation and fire versus
Yeah.
you can't
Mushroom
explode
pods.
mushrooms on the
Yeah.
audience. They
Yeah.
don't appreciate that.
Yeah, spore pods are not welcome.
I'm gonna say too. There's this sort of weird arcane radiation that permeates through the Underdark called the Phasris, and it makes just spells go wonky, sideways. It keeps you from teleporting in and out of the place, in and out of various places. I'm gonna say there are like mushrooms that can hold Phasris, and every once in a while too, like people, like some of the myconids will gather. I'll kind of slam that, and it'll just kind of spread out, and it's like a mushroom drug,
Yeah.
Nice.
like that Phasris is like
It's
a drug
it's
to
a
the
party drug.
colony. Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
I
Can
think that there was definitely a moment where it's like, no, you are not old enough yet for the Phasris
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
This
Done
is
that.
We don't know what it's gonna do.
Yeah.
So
nothing
at
good.
your risk. Yeah.
Nothing
yeah.
good.
Sam, what do you want to say?
I was gonna add that if you don't mind, that
Yeah.
maybe Night Friend helps you with that by like using some of their druid abilities
Sure,
to like
yeah.
enhance the different mushrooms to make the color sprays like bigger or
Yeah,
like make the
yeah, I
effect
love it.
last longer and
That's
stuff.
awesome. I love that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Dancing in a mosh pit, or would it be a
Mosh
mosh
pit.
pit?
Yeah, Mush Pit's very good.
Perfect.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'm sorry. What is your character's name right now?
My character, you can call my character Ver, but like when I introduce myself, the grill sounds sound like vrr.
I love it. That's very cute.
Yeah.
I think
I
like
can't roll my R's, so I can't say that.
Yeah. Vrr.
With a little FT at the end.
Yeah, exactly. But like just Ver is good.
Okay.
That's your Starbucks name.
Yeah, exactly. No, actually, it's the other way around, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you always give the harder one.
I immediately like mentally project. I think that one of the things about being friends with Ezthe at this young age is that they don't actually have volume control in physical life or in mental
Yeah,
communications. So that there is
I
like
have to tell you something.
yes. It is very loud.
Yeah,
It's very
yeah.
intense. But it is also no different than they normally speak to you.
Oh, sure, yeah. I think it's kind of refreshing. You know, like, I think Vert is very, like, this is interesting.
Mm.
And actually,
It,
I
like,
think...
blows the dust out.
Yeah. But also, like, if this can be different, like, if somebody can behave so differently and not just look different, like, maybe there is something to this whole overworld thing that you're talking about. Maybe there is some place where
See?
it is so distinctly, you know, separate and, you know, different from what we are that there's something else out there,
Mm.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if you'd have a good time up there. It's kind of bright. But
It's really bright.
I don't know if there's a word for that for Myconids. Well, I guess you
No,
would
I
because
think
like
there is.
there's like a glow, and you're like that's a brighter glow than another one, and
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we know the concept of,
Sure.
again,
Yeah.
you know, they're like fungi and crystals and stuff that provide various, like, effects.
But it's all like soft light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
well,
hard.
there's also like all the people who come down here who live in the Underdark also have fire.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Have you ever encountered, like, any, deep elves or deep gnomes or deep dwarves or anything?
yeah. I mean, there have been drow and deep gnomes and that. I'm gonna say this is
Duergar and
not
stuff.
a place common to Duergar.
Yeah.
Because those slaving bastards are not gonna be very welcome around here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, even they have, like, some light sources that, yeah, I'm going to say the concept is
sure.
familiar.
Yeah.
Just, we can't comprehend what the sun might look like, you know, what the sun might feel like, or what, like,
Or
any
broad
kind of
open sky.
eternal,
Yeah.
Yeah.
persistent light.
And I think I've definitely tried to share.
Yeah,
Because in those first couple of days, especially, where I'm like, I should get back. I was told I need to learn a lesson.
Um,
And the lesson is getting back. And then I got distracted because it's so cold down here.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I think it easily could have been like 2 weeks to a month to get back. And the reason why it was 3 months is because Ezthe was having a really good time.
really
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, and I think there's also, if you're okay with this, I'd like to say there was, you know, up until this time, your powers were particularly chaotic,
Yes.
right? But then being part of the circle, there were moments where like you were gonna go off and somebody else telepathically went boop and like hit the snooze on whatever was going wrong, right? And then that taught you like, oh, that's how I turn that off. Okay. And being down here helped you learn some of the control and is why you're a martial sorcerer instead of a chaotic sorcerer.
Yes. I like this.
Chaos
I like it
magic.
a lot. It's
Okay.
like and the kind of learning, it's not like as judgmental
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
or as upset about me destroying things
Right.
when it goes wrong.
Because everybody's in everybody's business all the time. Also, you could blow off a mic in its arm, and they're like, "Uh-oh, that'll be back." Or maybe I was thinking about growing one on my back anyway, so that's
Actually, I've already got it started.
yeah. Now, whoopsie daisy is what losing a limb is to a mic. You know, like so. And they are just in each other's business all the time. Now, for full-on Myconids, there's a level of like, where do I end and you begin?
Yes.
Which could be invasive to someone who's not used to that. But there is a level of that where they're like, no, I don't want to cast that spell right now. And they stop you. Because you didn't want to either, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't know how to stop it from happening. And now it's like, they moved your arm for you and you're like, oh, is that all I have to do? Like, oh, that muscle. Okay. And, you know, it was a useful illustrative process of how to adjust.
I mean, I don't know that I was doing the mushrooms.
Hey, we don't.
I'm not going to judge anyone who would, but I don't know that Ezthe is
Hey, you
I
know,
mean, maybe if they wanted to.
they're people.
That like they wouldn't say no.
Hmm.
But I also don't know that the Myconids are very.
Well, they're not. It wouldn't be for like. We wouldn't have to get into that. That's not how mushrooms reproduce, but it could be for fun. Or they're interested in getting that telepathic vibe of what you're feeling, right?
I
Of
think
like,
a feedback loop of feelings
yeah,
is exactly what it is.
yeah.
Like I like.
Of
I
like,
love.
oh, this is fun and interesting and weird. What if you do this? And then, you know,
Yeah.
that's, yeah. Okay, cool. So you have woken up from this future past dream.
And I am alerting Giff and Night Friend
Mhm.
that it's really important that I remembered that in a few days there will be people, like several people, coming to attack the circle.
Oh, that's not good.
And I don't know if it's because they don't understand that the circle is people or not, but either way.
So it would be great if you could remember more detail about that vision, but it's a little hazy, right?
There was a lot going on.
Yeah. Now, I don't think Ver would know that it has this effect, but Night Friend, you know that there is noble stock in the region. It's rare, but there should be some. If you go down the thing, and then there's the part that like you basically have to ride it like a slide, and then there's a long way up, but at least there's a quick way down there,
Right.
and then you probably won't run into anything. Yeah, I mean, there's probably at this time of year, there's probably noble stock down there, and that refreshes Overworlders' memories. Like, you know, like the drow will come in and collect some sometimes, and they don't usually cause the circle any problem, so
Yeah.
whatever.
But I think like I made a note of it because I'm from the overworld.
Yeah.
It could be
Oh,
useful.
and I should say the local drow community is not Menzoberranzan, they're not
Mhm.
Lothsworn, they're Seldarane drow,
Okay.
who are not slavers and not like forcing people into community roles that they don't want to be in.
Mhm.
So
They're just the drow that like
Yeah.
they're just living their
retreated
lives,
underground,
and they're like,
yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
slavery's bad." That leads to a lot of revelations when you understand that.
Crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the local drow community is insular and private, but not, you know, violent
Right.
towards y'all.
Not a problem.
So that would be helpful.
That would be helpful. I think it would be a good idea if we can get you some noble stock so we can have a little bit more detail about that. Like, what do they look like? What's happening when they get here? It's a little bit far away, and we do have to kind of slide down this one area.
Oh, we're definitely going right now.
Okay.
I turn to you and I say, so this is going. These people are going to be dangerous to the colony. Where should I tell the sovereigns now?
I included them in the yelling when I woke up. They know.
And the general there is like a ripple of like, please accomplish what you need to do to tell us more, right? Like, there's nothing we can do with this amount of information. Also, it's very loud.
Have you ventured out far past the colony, just out of curiosity? I mean, you've at least ventured to this place where the nobles are.
Yeah, I think like not frequently, but they do kind of like go out like further foraging sometimes, to look for like specific things,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
if they get bored.
Okay. Well, I'll kind of like send a message to the colony saying that I'm going to accompany you. You know,
Yeah.
Safety numbers.
Hmm.
You always have to go with your with your fellow people,
Yeah.
members of the circle.
Yeah.
Travel together.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is
down a
more,
big slide.
more dangerous to go by yourself. I learned that lesson a few times
Mm.
in a row.
That's good.
It's also just more fun with your friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think I've shown this to you before, but like as we set out, I kind of like meld with my pet or with my companion. It kind of like, shrugs like up to my back, and I become like this mushroom centaur.
Oh, cool.
You can still see sort of where we're distinct,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we've kind of just
It's
joined.
just easier to travel
Yeah,
together.
yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. I can use my quote unquote arm appendages, and they can use their little legs to
Mhm.
help keep us
Nobody gets
stable.
lost.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so what is everybody's passive perception?
That is a great question. Where do I find that on here?
Okay, let's see.
Passive
11.
perception. 16.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'm gonna do a quick little
Yeah,
stealth
11.
check here.
Look, passive insight is at a respectable 14.
Hey.
Oh, okay.
But in
Yeah.
perception, no.
Ooh, okay. What was the
16.
16? I actually rolled higher than that.
Damn. Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right.
My guitar. Thank you, Jen Human.
My guitar's very good.
Or yeah, yep.
That is good. My guitar. No, my guitar's
My guitar, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Where is my note? Yes, I really want to open 19 tabs. Thank you. This-
Always. 100%.
Have you met me?
it's a fair question because I don't usually operate with 19 tabs open, but I was looking into like, what are all the creatures in the Underdark? I was like, oh boy, these are fun.
I love that.
Mhm.
That was like, so I fell down the rabbit hole of Stephen King stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was looking up, I was like, well, check, that sounds familiar. And then I fell down a full ass like Stephen King rabbit hole because I read a lot of King many years ago.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the stories, like, I'm like, well, which one was this and which one was
Mhm.
that?
Yeah.
And then I like was reminded that the Dead Zone television show existed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Mhm.
Super unsatisfying ending, which might be why I pigeonholed that one in my brain.
Oh, yeah.
But then I was reminded that Haven existed.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Haven is based on a short story of King's called The Colorado Kid, and
Okay.
it is very much not about that story, really, but like it was a really fun show on Sci-Fi. It was one of the heyday of Sci-Fi Network shows, like in my opinion. I really liked that one, but I did not see the last like 2 seasons of it.
Mm.
Where lots of things went down, apparently. But that one actually had like a full, complete story, which is, in my opinion, the best way to go out. But yeah, so I was like, oh, I don't remember this. Well, what was this? I only remember this part of this. And so I ended up reading for like 4 hours.
Oh, nice.
Like,
Yeah.
just 40 tabs. There were
Nice.
40 tabs.
Oh, here's what I was looking for.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
11 is straight up evil. There's no question. It's no like that sounded evil, maybe.
Oops. Okay. So there is a short hike through the Underdark. This is, I forget, do Tieflings have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they do. Yeah.
Cool.
I believe it is 12 feet. Let me double check.
That's fine. We'll say part of the spores here have adapted your Goliath eyes. You have
Mhm.
dark vision. I don't think Goliaths get dark vision, so
Okay.
you have it now.
I've been here long enough.
Yeah, yeah.
60 feet, sorry. 60 feet of dark vision.
Yeah, so you can see reasonably far. Now, dark vision means you see everything in black and white, but that's fine. There's also enough sort of glowing ambient. You could see much further than 60 feet, but as far as like in pure darkness, you could see 60 feet. But you wind through these caverns and caves and passageways. And some places it opens up into this massive, like, bigger than a cathedral space. And, you can hear the wind sort of hooting through various areas. And you can hear the cloakers screeching at each other, which today Ezthe has no context for cloaker screeching and what that would mean. Actually, no, I was only using cloaker stats. Yeah, never mind. So I was thinking of the Ixes, the Ixits that look like cloakers, but they're water creatures. That wouldn't be flying around. And actually, there's a little lake at one point where both of you are like, no, don't go in there. That's got Ixits in it. And you're like, oh, good, okay, yucky. And that's bad.
Yeah, no, don't want to get eaten.
Nope.
Not in that way, anyway.
Got him. Okay. What was the total? Okay, the total roll was that. Okay, good.
Making her way downtown.
All right.
Oh, it's a puppy. It's a baby.
Was it a little grunt?
Yeah, I think I accidentally rolled over.
That's
Oh,
okay.
he's all right.
Oh, yeah, I'm some fur. Sorry, fellas. I have a doggo by my chair.
Yeah, it's a big old bear.
It's a
Sorry.
giant baby.
Yeah.
He is a big baby sometimes.
I was explaining to new people yesterday that, you might see my gremlin, who will either come and perch on my shoulders like a dragon, like a tiny dragon, or attempt to crawl inside my shirt.
Normal things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Pet
Because he
stuff.
wants to be inside my clothes at all times.
Sure. Okay. So you pass by this little water source there.
Wait, I'm sorry. Underdark Teddy Bear has been put in the chat.
Oh, quaggets.
Quaggoths. Do I have that on my list here? I guess not.
What
Let's
is
let's
that?
look that up real quick.
This is.
Yeah, they're these sort of like
You should have led with it.
furry ape-like creatures that were.
Oh, yeah. I'm saving those for later.
Oh, look at how cute.
What's wrong with you?
If you
Aw,
haven't read
He's
the,
got a little smile, little pointy ears.
if you haven't read the Adventure Out of the Abyss,
Mm-mm.
which is, it's mostly set in the first portion of it is set in the Underdark. It's got some great characters.
is
One
ready
of them
for
is this
pride.
really
Yeah.
fun, not funny, but like a fun
He's got his
quagget
nails
character.
Oh, are they sentient? Or
No,
sentient, I mean?
typically they're not safe.
Okay, they're
they are
just
yeah,
animals.
they're
All right.
animal intelligence, but they tend to be the lackeys of things like mind flayers
Oh,
and
sure.
drow.
Yeah, easy to
Oh, this
control.
one's got
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Oh.
And actually, the Stool character is from that particular adventure. You
Oh,
kinda meet,
neat.
like the little itty bitty version of Stool.
Neat. Okay, great. We'll keep that in mind.
I admit, I have the humor sense of like a 13-year-old boy, so every time you say stool, I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
a very intentional thing, I'm sure.
I deserve a medal for all the poop jokes I didn't make.
basically.
All right. I'm getting a surprise round here.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
So
I
let's
like
let's all roll initiative, and then I'm gonna take my first turn, and then we'll. Are any of you immune to surprise?
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Didn't take that. I didn't take that weapon of alarm.
Okay.
I don't see anything that says I can't be surprised, so.
19.
Okay.
13.
19 is Ezthe. 13 is Night Friend.
And 12 for Ver.
12 for her. Everyone's remembering to roll 2d10.
Yes.
Yes.
I know it's been 15 episodes, but sometimes we forget stuff. 17.
I feel like that's the hardest part of like being in D&D Beyond and then not being able to use the rolling thing.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
just like, no,
Yeah.
nope,
Yeah.
none of that
I
now.
keep looking for ways to like. There's so many ways you can customize your rolls, but I don't see a way to change what dice you use, and it's
No. You just have to hit the little dice button, and then there is a 2d10.
yeah, and
like-
then manually add it, and
yeah.
yeah.
But at that point, I might as well just use one of the 47 dice I have with
Yeah.
me at
Yes.
any given time.
Okay, so the enemies attack on 17, which they get to go, and then we go back to the top of initiative and start over.
Okay.
Okay. So out of the shadows hover a number of what looks like the shape is like a beach ball sized brain. It's not really a brain. It's just like a lumpy, misshapen beach ball thing with a beak on one end
Oh no.
and a bunch of trailing, flapping tentacle stuff. And these things just hover along to come after you. So these are medium-sized aberrations called Grell. They're not infected by illithid parasites. We just get to fight regular old Grell.
Yeah, I gotta think. I just add tentacles to
Right.
what beaks are.
Right.
Extra tentacly growl.
Yep. They get 2 beaks.
Yeah,
And-
yeah.
Multi-beak.
Well, a beak inside of a beak is pretty scary.
there you go,
That's-
yeah.
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 Yes. Yes, it is.
Yep. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 of these guys come out of the shadows. And you're right at the bank of that lake, right? So you don't want to go in there because there's exits, right? Would anyone like to roll nature to see what you know about Grell?
Yeah, I would love to roll nature.
That's just 13 for me.
Oh, the dice are mad today.
Mm.
That is going to be 9.
Oh, jeez.
You don't remember much about the Grell.
Very startled.
Yeah. What'd you get?
13.
13?
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I can try this.
Mm.
Who knows? Maybe I'll crit. 11.
Okay. That's fine. We'll go with the 13, and then this is your home territory anyway. So, they are extra grapply, and their tentacles can paralyze, and they like to grab people and then fly away. And you're in that space I described earlier. It's just that like massive open cavern that you can't even really see where the roof is, the ceiling, I should say. So, yeah, that's
Okay.
they have room to abduct you,
Okay. All right.
or just take you very high up in the air, and then you don't want to be let go. Yeah, so those are some things to be aware of
All right.
that you can explain in your ver way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, kind of just project out. Don't let these things grab you. It's not going to be a good time.
Okay, so I'm gonna have 2 attack ver. Oh, and you know what? Since you're Myconid, I'm gonna give you an advantage. If you do need to save against their paralyzing,
Oh,
I'm gonna give you advantage on that save.
Okay.
But let's see if they can even hit you.
Sure.
Okay, so the first one comes after you. Yeah, multi-attack. Beak attack. Paralyzing tentacles attack. Okay. I think you would do the tentacle first and then try to chomp, right?
Mhm.
That's what I would do.
Yeah, makes sense.
Tentacle. 12.
We'll miss.
Okay.
AC 13.
Shocked. Okay. Well, then they're gonna try to chomp. 15.
That will hit.
Okay, we get a chomp. There's no paralyzed chance with that. A little bit of damage. Oh, I caught it.
Nice.
8 plus 2 is 10 damage.
Okay.
Ouchies.
And that was the first one.
Okay.
Second one, tentacle, 11 is 15.
That'll hit.
Okay. Tentacle does just the 1d10 damage. So you take 8 damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage if it matters, and then it's so this tentacle wraps around, and then these spines on the inside of the tentacle
Yeah.
just go into your mushroom flesh.
Okay.
You have the grappled condition. Escape is DC 12. From 2 of the 10 tentacles.
Okay. All right.
And then I need you to make a Constitution saving throw. DC
Sure.
11 with advantage.
Real quick, is this a poison effect?
It is a poison, yeah.
Okay. All right. I would have advantage on that anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. Let's see. Just advantage on anything poison related. I will take the 8 and the 9. So that is 19 altogether. So I am not paralyzed. I take it.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. No. You throw that off. It just says on failure. It looks like there's no success condition. So
Yeah. Okay. Because there's the damage and the.
yeah. You did that already. So all right. The one that is attacking Night Friend.
Oh, this doesn't get the bite. Also.
Oh, it does. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Oh, very low. No. 8.
Okay. Yeah. Nope. That's
Okay. Night Friend. Oh, Jay used up your 8.
That's
Oh,
okay.
no, I'm so sorry.
18 to hit.
Oh.
My AC is 19.
Oh God, what did I do?
I
I forgot.
have armor friend.
The living armor. Okay, so the lash doesn't grab onto you. Then the chomp. Oh, okay. Is 18 a crit? Yes.
No, 19.
19.
18, 19, 20. 18, 19, 20. It's 3
it?
numbers. It's 3 numbers.
Oh, okay.
No, it is because that's a 6% chance, which is close to what it is
It's
on a
fine.
D20.
I just think that like the rest of us have all forgotten about this.
No,
It's
we
not
knew it was
been, like-
18, right?
I don't think so. I don't think any of us
18,
have
19,
ever.
20, and 2, 3, 4 are the crit ranges.
Okay. Oh wait, yeah, because it was 18, 19, and then 20 at
It's
the
the
extra
it's the
special.
Uber
Okay.
crit.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
I am saying that
Two
it
levels of
takes
plain
me.
crit.
It
one
takes
level
me
of
a
super
good
crit.
3 beats just to add
Yeah.
the numbers on my dice together
Yeah.
with my stats.
Okay. Now, unfortunately, I've critted with the beak, which is 2d8, so it's 16 plus whatever I roll
Oh
here.
wow!
Oh boy. Okay.
Plus another 9, so 25 damage.
Rude. Do I have any like reaction things I can do? That's a great question.
Just be glad he didn't crit with the paralyzing tentacles.
Yeah.
That's all
Sorry,
right.
I don't understand how this quote.
No, I know.
Character sheet works.
Sam is dealing with a new 6-page character sheet that I
I
drew
do
up
have
this
one
afternoon.
reaction. I think it's reaction, and then what's below it is
Yeah.
the reaction. Okay. Symbiotic entity. You can use wild shape to awaken the spores that infuse you to gain plus 20 temporary hit points.
Oh,
Roll
yeah.
double damage dice for your Halo of Spores damage, blah blah blah, for 10 minutes. Yes, I would like
Let's
20
do that.
hit points,
Yeah,
please.
You have to roll for it?
No.
You just use a
Use
spore
wild
charge?
shape.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you gain 20 temporary hit points and then lose them
Mhm.
and lose 5 normal hit points.
-5. Okay,
That's great.
great.
Yeah.
I feel like you just did drugs to get strong.
I did. Spores. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mushrooms for everybody.
What does it look like? How do you like smash it in your face? You like what? How do you?
Oh no.
Get the
Well,
spores
I
in your
used the
body.
wild shape to awaken the spores that infuse me.
Oh yeah.
So like she looks like she's gonna like wild shape,
Yeah.
but then it's just like cloud of spores like comes out and
Yeah.
then goes whoop back in.
Love it.
It's
did-
kind of like you
did
know
you
how
watch
like
the-
when you have a detonation, but it's inside a bag.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picturing in the Expanse when they were gonna go to like super acceleration. The pilot suit went like just all these needles inject them with the juice
Uh-huh.
to be able to go fast, and
Mhm.
that's yeah. Okay. Great. You've successfully avoided that. Now, Ezthe. The tentacles. That's a 13 to hit you.
No.
Okay. And the beak. Somewhat better. 16.
Nope.
Okay. What's your AC now?
19.
Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, that's the 4 Grell. Now we're back to the top of the initiative. It's going to be Ezthe, then the Grell again, Night Friend, and Ver. So, Ezthe, what would you like to do? You have 1 Grell in your grill, and, yo, dog, I heard you like Grell.
Okay, I am going
Deep
to
cut memes.
cast Green Flame Blade.
Mm.
Green flame.
Yeah, the one on you and the one next to Night Friend are definitely within range of Green Flame Blade.
Great. So that is
For some reason, I'm picturing Ver as having gone over to go like, oh yeah, don't go in there. There's exits. So, like you're just looking in the lake,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
And then these things came
Come
out
from above.
from like a rocky outcropping over the lake. They probably fish for exits.
Oh,
Exits
sure,
sometimes,
yeah.
and then a better fish came along.
Sure, yeah. The exits aren't our problem.
16 plus 6 is 22. to
No,
hit.
it's a miss. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was like, weird. And so that will be Green Flame Blade, 22. And then, so the attack is 28 plus 3.
You.
That is 11
Damage.
on the first guy.
Okay.
And then the second creature takes 1d8 plus 4. Which is 10. And then I am going to use my notes. Extended attack.
Mm.
I'm going to spend a sorcery point. And I will roll damage again at the start of my next turn.
Great. Okay. It's the Grell turn again. The 2 that you just attacked turn to focus on you. Night Friend, yours is not moving far enough away to get an attack of opportunity. It's just
Okay.
because I was picturing you and Ezthe were standing next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's just the 2 of them are attacking Ezthe instead of Night Friend. Okay, good job. Ezthe, you're the tank now. Tentacle is 19. Your AC 19?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have reaction or anything you want to do to not get hit by that?
I don't think I have anything that will.
Do you have shield?
Oh, I do have shield. So yes, I will use my This isn't a.
Reaction, yeah.
I was just making sure it wasn't a concentration. Yeah, I'm gonna use my shield.
Yeah, it's not concentration. All right, so your AC is now +5 until the start of your next turn.
Yes.
Okay, so now that what does that look like as you protect yourself? This tentacle is not able to grab onto you.
I think that as they sees the tentacle coming in, and is like, no,
Just
and throws
Yeah.
their hands up, and as their hands come up over their face, like the tentacle is coming right in face. There's
yeah.
and it's like it bounces off of this shimmering, glittering shield that
Yeah.
they have thrown up,
Awesome.
like by accident.
Let's see if I can beat a 24 on the beak attack. Nope. Other one is making tentacle attack on you. What math? 17 is not 24. That's not a 24. Okay. Those 4 are done. Now the 2 on Ver.
All right.
Tentacle, miss. Beak. Oh, I almost thought that was a crit. Dirty 20.
Oh, hits.
Beak. 2d8. 11 plus 2 is 13.
13. Okay. Oof. And I am effectively bloodied.
Okay.
I think at this point, like the beak bites, it's been like wrapping tentacles and biting
Yeah.
me and kind of just doing cuts. This time around, the beak like actually embeds itself in a chunk of me. I kind of just like pull myself
Yeah,
off.
it gets like a little chunk of flesh.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't been grappled yet, though, right?
No, not yet.
Okay, so second.
Wait. Does the tentacle attack? I was hit by the tentacle attacks before. Does that automatically?
Oh, it does automatically.
Okay, then I am
grapple,
grappled. Then I am
yeah.
grappled.
Okay, well, he should have had advantage to attack you then, and whatever.
Am I restrained?
Oh,
Or just
no,
grappled?
no, you're just grappled.
Oh, okay.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls against any target other than the grappler.
Okay.
And the grappler can drag or carry you when it moves.
Can't.
Okay, so I'm actually going to say that's the one that doesn't have you grappled.
Okay, sure.
The other one, the one that does have you grappled,
Yeah.
rises into the air.
Oh, okay.
And
All right. So it's like
Takes
okay,
you
sure.
fly speed 30 feet into
Okay.
the air.
Oh,
Just straight up. So,
Okay, all right.
it does not have to spend extra movement to move a creature just grappling.
Sure. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Night Friend, what would you like to do?
Okay.
I think the two that were attacking Ver, one of them like gets a chunk, and then the one that's grappling is like, no, it's
Yeah.
mine, and is taking you away.
Sure.
Okay. I think I read this wrong. And Halo of Spores is the reaction move that I have.
Oh, okay.
Which you can use your reaction to deal 1d4 necrotic damage to one creature when it moves into a space within 10 feet of you or starts its turn there.
Oh, yeah.
So I should have done that instead.
Okay.
And then I can do the symbiotic entity on my turn as a
Okay.
bonus action.
All right. So then lose 20 more hit points.
Yeah, until I take them back in 2 seconds.
Well, no, you'll gain temporary hit points, which are different from healing.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's true. Okay. So that should have been minus 25, so that's 38. 18. Okay, and then I'll get 20 temporary hit points. Got it. Okay, and then
And then how much damage should I jot down?
1d4. Let's find out what that is. Oh, that's cocked. 4.
Okay.
Good job,
Nice.
guys. And that was to the one that was attacking me.
Great.
Okay.
So let's add 14. All right.
So on my turn,
Yes.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do the symbiotic entity thing, which gives me 20 temporary hit points. Next time I use my Halo of Spores damage, it will roll double damage.
Oh, because your
Yeah,
your spores are out. Yeah.
spores are out for 10 minutes. Okay,
See your spores.
now I have to look at my spells. Sorry.
Ooh, let the spores out.
See if I have anything. So the one just flew off with Ver, right?
Yep, he's
Okay.
30 feet into the air.
I don't love that.
Oh, what pronoun should we use for ver?
Oh, they them.
They, them. Okay.
So sorry, I'm just looking at what my
I know, it's
Spells
pages
are.
and stuff. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Well, that would hurt Ver also.
How badly would it hurt?
Which spell are you looking at?
Ice knife.
Nice.
I'm
Oh,
like,
Ice Knife
what
wouldn't
can I
affect
like?
I am bloodied, but
Yeah,
No, that's a lot.
That's
of
a
damage.
bad
That's
idea.
what-
a
Ice
35
knife is a
ice knife
lot.
will do more than enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could survive a 30-foot fall.
yeah.
Ice knife is a whole other thing. Oh.
Cantrips. Point growth. Nope, lightning would also hurt Ver.
Is it lightning bolt?
Call lightning.
Call lightning. Yeah. That's
Yep.
Yeah. That's touch.
While you're thinking about that,
Sorry.
Ezthe, you and Night Friend have been trying to teach Ver and other members a particular board or card game. So between the two of you, what game have the two overworlders been trying to teach the mushroom people?
Rummy.
Rummy. Okay, sure.
Okay,
Sure.
card game.
Rummy. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Is part of the difficulty keeping the cards to yourself? Of like not thinking about the cards that are in your hand?
Yes. On all levels.
Yeah.
Like, because I think we started off with whatever the one is, like the war or whatever, where you have to lay a die.
Oh,
Or
sure.
go fish or
Oh,
something.
sure, yeah.
And it's like, no, that's never going to work.
Yeah.
Rummy, at least, is also about what cards are in the deck that no one knows.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the more important part.
Yeah.
Because it's not Gin Rummy. We didn't go with Gin
Oh,
Rummy
sure.
because Gin Rummy, you have to keep all the secrets.
Yeah.
And that has gone very poorly. And also, Esthe's always been bad at Gin Rummy.
I think too, like when you first started teaching us, other Myconids were kind of like around.
Yeah.
You know,
Looking at everyone's cards, like,
cards, and it's like, oh,
"Ooh.
you got that one. That's great.
What
Nice.
is this
Okay,
ready
all right.
for?"
What's
Yeah.
this one mean? And then you kind of realize that, all right, everybody, get over on that side of the room.
Right.
Well, I've got my hand.
We need as close as we could get to having a secret.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which I think that came with the conversation of teaching the Myconids what a secret is.
I think that there was a discussion about privacy
Yeah,
that had to
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And it's not gone very well.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Two questions, actually. How far is Ver from me now?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Okay, how far does Poison Spray go? Not 30 feet,
Oh, about
probably.
15 feet.
Okay,
yeah.
not far enough.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Then I think since I saw them get hurt, I think I am going to cast Healing Word on them.
Okay.
I will gladly take that.
Actually, Poison Spray goes 30 feet.
Does it really?
Just enough.
And Myconids are resistant
Yeah.
to poison?
I'm resistant
or
to poison. Yeah.
Well, it's not an AoE effect.
Yeah.
No, but
Okay.
it and this is the other thing, is you spray Toxic Mist at a creature within range, make a ranged spell attack,
Mm-hmm.
and then on a hit it takes
Creature takes 1d12 poison
1d12
Whoa.
plus a d12 at 5, 11, and 17.
Okay, I want to do that then.
I thought it was short range. Oh, it was
It-
buffed. Okay.
Yeah, it might have been
Yeah,
it
2024
used to
buff
be
for
a
range.
10 feet. Yeah.
yeah.
And it was a saving throw.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I always get that one like confused because like the poison spray I'm used to is the like
Yeah, it's the
like
Baldur's
the
Gate one and the
Mhm.
yeah.
crappiest
Yeah.
cone.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
so I make
Spell attack roll.
spell attack roll. That is going to be 14.
Yep, that hits.
Yes. Okay, so 2d12 poison.
Yeah. You should roll really big numbers on it.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Do good, dice. I got a 9 and an 8, 17.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a lot of damage. Okay, that's the first damage that one's had. 17 is on Fur. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so that was my
that's your
bonus
attack, and then
action
your
and my
bonus action is to
Mhm.
heal Ver.
no, my bonus action was to do the symbiotic entity thing.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So I can't unfortunately heal them
Okay.
this right now. I'm gonna move slightly away from the ones that are attacking Ezthe, but still within 10 feet of them because
Okay.
scores.
One of them will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Then no, I don't want to
Okay.
do that. I don't have enough hit points for that.
They might miss.
No thanks.
Okay. All right. That was Night Friend Ver. What would
Oh.
you like to do?
All right,
You're
so
so high in the air.
I am in the clutches of this thing. I don't think I've ever been this high up. No, you know what?
Flying.
Yeah, I've climbed So I've
You've
seen,
definitely been this
you know,
high
but
before.
but never without any solid ground below my feet. So
Yeah.
I grab my glaive. It's an unspelled glaive.
Okay.
And so I kind of like, you know, my mushroomy, my fungal appendages kind of like wrap tightly around it. You see the Zerkwood blade start to kind of like vibrate, and there's this as a thunder wave releases from it.
Amazing.
So please make a DC 13 con save for the Grell that is holding on to me.
I have missed the save.
Okay, all right. So that's going to be 2d8 points of damage. And I'm going to let you decide what happens. It's only 7 points of thunder damage, but it does get pushed 10 feet away from me. Now, does that mean it gets pushed and drags me, or does it drop me?
I'm gonna make a strength check.
Okay, excellent.
Strength save.
Sure.
How much damage did you just do?
I just did, I think it was 8.
I
Okay.
think that's what you said.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I rolled a 7 and a 1. So I've kind of been rolling.
Okay. Then I'm gonna just do a
Weird
DC
average.
10 strength save.
Okay.
I crit success.
Okay, all right. So I'm pulled an additional 10 feet.
Yes, yeah, you blast it away, and the tentacles sort of like unravel a little and stretch.
Yeah.
And then you go.
All right.
Yeah. Now, your beast friend could be involved somehow too, if you want.
I gotta think about that. Because I've also got, I'm amorphous.
Yeah.
And so I could kind of like try to ooze out of this thing.
Sure.
Would I be able to use my movement to do that?
Yeah. What I would want is like because you're not like fully a slime person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This is also like at the beginning of your turn. Don't you have a save to not be grappled anymore?
No,
No,
that would take like an
use your
action to
action to
choose it.
try.
Yeah. So
However, if you wanted to do, I would let you use your move action to try to make that roll
Okay.
because of your unique morphology.
Okay. All right. I will give it a shot.
And I will say for falling, your situation's complicated. Your creature friend has a the equivalent of a flying squirrel move.
Oh, sure. Okay. Like,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
So
all right.
it will detach and flying squirrel out of here.
Okay,
if
sure.
you
If
try.
I end up falling. Okay.
It's like it blows itself up and becomes kind of a sport like balloon.
Yeah.
Mushroom
Exactly.
balloon.
Like a mushroom hot air balloon. Yeah.
Yep.
Little legs splayed out. You know, it gets like 8 legs to kind of like stabilize it as it's floating down. I love that. Okay.
Oh, hold on. First, I'm going to give you a free perception check.
Oh. Okay. All right. It's not bad. That's only 11 though.
I'm going to give it to you. The thunder wave and the the reaction of this strange tentacle movement.
Yeah.
Well, this is like high end physics. To do this is jiggle physics.
Okay.
You're getting ready to okay, I can get out of this, and you realize you're over the middle of the lake.
Water. Oh.
So
okay.
instants are not as dangerous to you as it would be to your meat friend.
Yeah.
But they're dangerous.
Sure.
And they will try. Like sharks, they don't want to eat surfers, but they're like, I'll have a taste.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
oh, you needed your whole leg?
Ah.
I mean, if delivery is gonna come in,
Right. I'll try it. I'll try anything,
It's not delivery, it's the mushrooms. So, no, you know what? I would have to drop my glaive, actually, to be able to ooze through, because I can't be carrying anything.
Well,
And I was just going to drop my glaive onto the ground, and then, But,
you could drop it and then catch it on the way down.
Not in the water.
Okay.
I think I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm gonna sit it out with this creature
Okay.
and see if I can get it to do some other things. You know what though? I think I am going to use my bonus action to command stool to kind of detach from behind me. Legs kind of start to grab at tentacles,
Oh, okay.
and it's just going to boom. It's just
okay.
going to give it the stool head, but
Sure.
As it uses its
Boy,
beast
that
strike.
is- I'm struggling with that.
As it beast strikes the Grell. Oh, you know what? Should I be rolling a disadvantage because it's grabbing for a stool?
The beast is not grabbed.
Well, but like stool is kind of like holding on to stay up there, or is it just a flat roll?
Just a regular
flat roll.
roll,
Okay.
that's fine.
Sorry, I picked the wrong dice. 8, 12 plus 5. That's 17 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, I didn't get to charge, but I'll still get to do 1d8 bludgeoning damage. Stool rears back. There's this schlorp, and it does. It hits this brain matter for 10 points of
Oh my
bludgeoning
God.
damage.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, I have good news and bad news.
Oh no!
Which one do you want first?
I'll take the good news,
This grill is dead.
and the bad news is
You're free falling.
yeah.
Okay, no, it's medium news because I am going to say it is. If you hang on to this thing, then you'll take half damage because from the fall,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't drop like a rock,
Yeah.
right? They float.
So
and
they kind of.
who knows?
Okay,
Are they
alright.
full of hydrogen? Are they magically levitating? We don't know. But I'm saying when grells die, they slowly drop to the ground.
Okay, sure.
Um,
or at least not as
Like
fast.
a deflated balloon.
You're not gonna hit terminal velocity
Right.
in one of these things.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
So, I'm going to roll falling damage for
Sure.
30 feet.
Okay.
Um,
Into the water, right?
if you want to make an acrobatics check, that
Sure.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Disadvantage.
I will at least try to steer this thing. That's not great. That's only 6. So
Yeah,
nope,
that's
nope,
not gonna
didn't,
do it.
Didn't think so.
Okay, so falling damage, 8. So you only take 4 damage.
Okay,
from
all right.
that.
That's not bad.
No.
And you might think like, oh well, falling damage when I'm landing in water from 30 feet and you're not ready from it
Yeah.
for it. Like that's not a great
Well-
drop. I know lots of people dive 30 feet,
and I
but
have a grill on top of me.
sure, yes. Not
It's
the
like
most
water hurts.
not the most graceful drop.
Yeah.
The other problem is this part of the lake is only a foot deep.
Oh well.
That's what I was getting
Okay.
to. So you hit the water, like
Yeah.
hit the ground, and
Okay.
hello, sir.
Well, that's good. It should be easy for you to get out of exit.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. You would get
It's
immediately.
also like a foot of an exit, like being able to.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Cool.
you are prone in the water. You're not drowning because I don't think you can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
did you find
I
the
found
withdrawal that you
the
made
little
from? Oh no.
puffball that I plucked from.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I just felt bad. Such a sweetheart.
I know. It's. I always feel so bad. Like if I find a little bruise on Janet because she's not careful and she'll just
Yeah.
throw herself down the stairs. Like no, what? or fail at jumping onto the couch or whatever. And then I go to pet her and she's like, "Yipe!" And I'm like, "No, that noise is just horrible."
It's
But she's not really hurt. She just is a drama queen. Okay. I think we resolved everything so
Yeah, that was a lot.
Okay, I do have to add the exits to the initiative.
Oh God.
Okay. They go on 20.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Yeah, I rolled a 19 on the dice.
Oh, you
God dang.
fast monsters today.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Ugh.
And it's the end of Burr's turn.
That's it. Yeah, I cannot.
So it's right up to the exits.
Convenient.
How far away are they from me?
Let's see.
Gotta figure out what I'm working with here.
And these are real exits, so I have to treat them. Let's see. They're small creatures. They look like monstrous manta rays. They're aberrations. Okay. Yeah. All right. What was your question?
How far away are they from me?
Oh, well, they're kind of all around you.
Okay. Okay. All right.
And I'm gonna just treat it like a swarm because I don't want to document 15 of these or
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
Like this is a bunch. So we're going to attack.
Oh. They do have stats.
Oh, and they get advantage because there's so many of them. Oh, nice. 19 to hit you.
That will absolutely do it.
Okay.
Oh no.
D6. Oh, 2 damage.
Okay. All right.
Um,
Back on.
okay. And they are just kind of swarming all around you.
Okay.
And you know, they are reactive, right? And if you move too quickly or at all, probably their barbed tails will snake out
Okay,
and try
sure.
to get you. Yeah. Oh. Provoke opportunity attack. So it can make the following attack instead of using its bite. Okay, great. That's fine. You haven't provoked opportunity attack yet.
Okay.
Ezthe, what would you like to do? So, you all see Ver fall into the lake, and it turns out to be quite shallow. And Ver is moving and like, oh, I gotta get up. Your pet friend is floating down, like figuring out where it wants to land. And there are these 3 remaining Grell facing you and Night Friend.
I am gonna hit a spectral form of myself.
Aha.
Comes out to strike again.
The
at
payoff of the extended strike.
Yes, and that's 7 more damage.
Okay, that one is dead. Crossed off the list.
And then I am going to use a that could have gone better. This also could be better. Sorry. D&D Beyond just decided to have a hiccup.
Oh, sure. That happens.
And then I am going to use Sorcerer's Burst
Okay.
to hit the one in front of Night Friend.
Okay.
And that will be a +7 to hit. Well, that's only 13.
That hits.
Oh, okay, great.
Yay!
They're slow bobbing, they're like silent predators, right? If they don't get the surprise, they're in bad shape.
Awesome. Awesome.
You just wait for the next thing to come along.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do 7 + 1 is 8 damage on that.
Okay.
And then I am going to give it the old one too.
Oh, well, hold on. That one's dead.
Oh, okay.
There is just the one that tried to lash out at Ver before the 4th one stole Ver away. And that one's dead. So there's just this one remaining one that's like a couple steps away, which you can still use the old one too.
And I take those couple of steps.
Yeah.
And I hit it with a 16.
Yes.
And then that is 3 damage. No, 3 + 3 is 6. 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. That one was unhurt, so that's his first 6 damage. Okay. The Grell, the remaining Grell. Okay, now you're in melee with it. Make an insight check, please.
Is it starting its turn within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
Oh, please. Oh, sorry.
No, it's my bad.
What is that? What are you? 7 damage.
Ooh.
Poison spores.
Nice.
This spore druid is one of my favorite gross things in.
It's yucky. I
It's
love
not
it.
in 2024 yet, but it's good stuff.
These dice were mad at me.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 10 on that insight.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna give you advantage on this one. So add an extra D10. Do you remember what the 2 dice were?
There was a 5 and a 1.
Okay. It's easy to improve.
5 and a 7.
Okay, that's a hit. Well, that's 12 plus your insight is
4.
okay.
So that's 16.
I want a DC 14. So,
Okay, great. Insight. I'm actually good at that.
yeah. So you stabbed at this. No, you did Sorcerer's Burst last time. It was hanging around, and then it's like, it does this like weird sneeze thing with this poison spores, right? Which don't bother you at all. You've been around. It's like, smells kind of good. What does it smell like? It's a good smell.
Oh, it smells like cookies.
Oh,
What kind of cookies?
freshly baked.
Freshly baked. Dark chocolate oatmeal cookies with sea salt.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep. God damn it! Now I want cookies.
Right?
So anyway, yeah, there's this delicious cookie smell, and this thing sneezes and sort of like drifts away a little bit, and you could tell it is hurt and trying to retreat. And it is moving away from you, and if you want to make an opportunity attack, you can, but it is not repositioning for an attack, it is fleeing.
I mean, fleeing to take out the next person who comes this way.
There's no judgment here. I'm just saying it is fleeing.
I'm not. No.
Okay?
No.
So
You-
attack of opportunity. Did
You
take
mess with the
Warcaster?
best.
Did you take the Warcaster
I
feat?
did take the word.
So you could use Shocking Grasp if you want.
Great.
I almost said the Shocker.
Nope. Nope.
That's different.
Very, very different. Shocker
That's
grasp.
nope.
Shocker Grasp is a different thing that
Oh,
you need
different.
permission for.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Okay, so shocking gas.
Sorry. Don't Google it if you don't know. Like that's
Don't. You
it's
don't want
fine.
to. The thing about that is, so Warcaster, I can take a reaction to cast a spell at the creature. It doesn't have to be.
Oh, it
Shocking
doesn't have
Grasp.
to be Shocking Grasp. Oh, okay, great.
Um,
As long as it has a casting time of one
action
probably.
and targets only that creature.
Okay.
So I'm gonna firebolt it.
Yeah, why not?
That's cocked, but also ouch. I mean, that's still 14 to hit,
That hits.
and that's 9 plus 3 is 12 damage.
Okay. Now we're going to add something to canon here. This is not in the book. None of these were defeated with fire before now, and we don't know why they hover. Well, it turns out they are full of a type of gas.
A combustible gas?
Yes. This one starts with the holding the end of the balloon, the like high pitch, and it's like, yeah, thank you. It is zooming around, not just like a balloon with the air is coming out, but a balloon where the air is coming out and it's on fire. Like a little jet engine. And then it goes up and up and up and then just explodes in a wet firework confetti that is splatting down all around you. Into the water. The Ixits are totally distracted by this. They're like, yeah, falling meat.
cooked meat.
Yeah.
Meat
Yeah.
rain. Yay.
So, you get a little nibble, a couple nibbles as you're getting out of the pond, but
Okay.
they're distracted. So, yeah. However, we once again have an episode where everyone is covered in gook.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, I need to do the roll because is this the one time where Ezthe's actually going to be
Oh.
covered in cook?
That would be great.
Mm-hmm. I mean, my character is always so.
Yeah, I assume you it doesn't occur to you to get out of the way. You're like,
This is a deck
More
save,
goo.
right?
yeah,
It's a 17.
yeah, you're untouched. It rains down around you.
Incredible.
Yep.
Not today, meat.
Yeah.
I love that it just makes me so happy that this is an unbroken streak of nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Sorry, I should have said this up top too. Dion's also missing next week, and so this is going to be a
Oh, okay.
two-parter,
Okay.
right? So we don't have to
Alright.
rush through and finish in 55 minutes. Or
Gotcha.
But just so you know. All right. So we leave that behind. Everybody gets a zillion XP and 1,000,000 gold.
Yay.
And then somehow, as they lost that gold upon leaving the chasms.
I mean, it would be heavy to carry back, and I feel like I don't really need it because people just give me what I need anyway, so it's fine.
Well, what I like is, you know, you're at some point, like various mushrooms will combine, just giving you gifts of like things that they think are pretty or whatever, and none of you know that that's like a 10,000 gold mushroom cap that you could sell to a restaurant at Baldur's Gate, you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, that's nice, and you like put it on your shelf next to your hammock, and then when you left, you just forgot it, right?
I think I ate it.
You probably ate it. It was
There you
pretty
go.
good.
It was
Let me
really
be
good.
real,
That's
but-
why it nets you 10,000 GP.
Right.
You know.
Yeah,
Right.
like it was 10,000 GP worth of enjoyment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, what they knew about it is it lets your dark vision see in color,
Oh.
Oh.
Ate
But
it
it's-
immediately.
but it's all
cool.
reversed colors.
It's
So
negative.
it's the opposite of whatever the color is supposed to be.
I love
It's like
it.
when you close your eyes after looking at a bright light.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
This makes me very happy. Yep.
Easily 10,000 gold for a little like half a saucer sized.
Ate it.
Yep.
Ate it.
Fantastic. Okay. Grill fireworks go off. Splat, splat, splat. Land all around. We feed the Ixits. I think Ixits are listed as evil, and they look horrendous. But to me, they just seem like predators. You know, like
That's
our
like they're just pointy teethed fish.
like piranha are not evil. They're just
No.
doing what they do.
They just eat.
And you shouldn't go where they are. Right? Like that's the
Like
Don't-
you came into their house.
yes.
Don't go into Bitey Fish Lake if you don't want to be
Right.
bitten by fish.
Yeah, and don't be surprised if you get bitten by fish
why
in
they-
Bitey Fish Lake.
That's why they call it that.
Yep.
Like it's pretty. It's right there on the tin.
Okay, so the you pass through to the opposite end of the very tall, cathedral-sized cave.
Oh, I do want to do a healing spell on myself.
Oh yeah. We
So
can take a
long
little.
rest.
Let's take a short rest. Yeah.
Oh, short
Some of
rest.
us are hurt.
we can
Short
make it a
rest
long
is good.
rest.
I'm okay
Short
with
rest
short
is
rest.
fine.
Short
I
rest is
have
fine. Okay.
I have 5 hit dice worth of short rest here.
Okay.
I gotta feed the armor if we do a long rest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, so short rest?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Oh, there are some supplies you could get for that here.
Oh,
You have Grell blood
I do.
available to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Listen, she probably keeps several vials about her person to put various random strange liquids that I find in it.
Yeah. Let's make that a nature check. I mean a survival check.
Okay. Survival +3. You guys.
Your survival should be +7.
Which should be
Yeah, I made a mistake.
okay. Okay, that is 16 plus 7, so 23.
Yes, you're able to get 2 vials
2
collected.
vials. Great.
You find a couple pieces of meat and wring them out. And, yeah. I think there's a lot of stuff that, like, Night Friend is the kind of person where, like, at one point that would have been gross, but now it's not.
We've done so much science that
Yeah.
it's not gross anymore.
Yeah. Get the wet meat, squeeze out the good parts, and throw away the bad parts. Like, it's, yeah.
I'm just laughing because I have this friend of mine who has the same flavor of autism as me, and so we were having a conversation about types of meat one time, and they went, "Fish is wet meat, right?"
Yeah. I'm looking at a picture of Grell. Does everyone have a picture in front of them?
No, not yet.
Grell, or you can look at mine, right?
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
So with that visual in mind,
Yep.
what do you think they would?
If you don't specify grill from D&D,
Oh, is there something else?
you get. I had forgotten that that this character from Black Butler is named Grell.
Oh,
Oh.
from what?
Black Butler is an anime.
Oh, okay. I don't know that one.
They carry around a chainsaw.
Okay.
He's got a whole thing going on.
Well, anyway, what do you
it's
think
like
this
a brain
guy?
with a, it's a brain with a bird beak.
Yeah, but
And
it's not really a
tentacles.
brain in the sense that like an intellect devourer is part of that family, right? This just looks like a brain, but it's not really. What do you think it would smell like, or cook up to taste like?
Squid, because it has a beak
Yeah,
and
And
tentacles.
tentacles.
yeah. I was thinking like kind of fishy, squiddy, shrimp, you know, like that kind of thing.
Also, my initial thought was a cross between like game bird and eel.
Oh, we can't do this anymore.
No,
Oh, sorry.
none of those. That's all right.
I forgot about that.
That's okay. They don't exist. But yeah, I think that shrimpy, squiddy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like, especially with the squid, really works because we now know that it's gaseous inside.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
a little balloon, and yeah. There's parts of the tentacles you got to cure those first, or that's bad for you.
I mean, it depends on how you feel about ingesting paralytic poison.
Yeah. I mean, at the right stage of decomposition, it's great. So how much of that are you collecting, Night Friend?
I think we said 2 vials of the.
Well, you got blood, but there's
Oh.
also all this meat and tentacle and beak parts, and who knows what they're good for.
That's true.
You've done some alchemy in your time. You know, you can make a potion or two.
Grab a couple beaks and
Yeah.
a chunk of meat.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
I'll grab some too, because like I just
Bag
need
some
to
of that up.
decompose that and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. It's good for the compost.
absorb that later.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, at the edge.
As soon as Ezthe hears like it's like, oh, snacks for later then. Like road snacks.
Yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
So, are you gonna collect some?
Meat, yes.
Okay. Then I need you to make a dexterity save.
Okay.
The folks native to this region do not need to.
And that's a 14.
Okay, that is the DC.
Oh.
So as you were turning them over, you know how if you twist an electrical cable, it'll like flip, like it'll like then try to untwist, and that's sort of like
If you go against the memory,
Right.
memory
like
wants
you need to. Yeah, I mean you work in stages, right? Like you do stage electrical a very specific way, and then you wrap it up the right way. So this was, you know, you like stepped on it to try to like cut off a tentacle, and when you flipped the tentacle upside down, it was like whoosh, like whip snap, you know, and you got out of the way of that. And you're like, oh, don't turn them upside down yet. Okay, let's cut that off and hang it from your belt, and it's fine, but just don't step on them that way. Yeah. So anyway, we reached the edge of the cathedral after having taken a short rest and collected some snacks for later. You find, you know, with a little bit of looking around, you could see, yes, there are several, you know, the signs of erosion, and it's that they've created these little chutes that go quite far, much further down into the Underdark, too far to see the bottom of. And there is some indication of which one of these you should get in, but it's a little hard to tell. So we need to pick or find a way to pick which chute slides you want to use. Because some of them may not go to a good place or where you want to end up, which is near the, what was it? What we're going
The
after?
noble stocks.
The noble stock. Yep.
Yeah. Do I
'Cause-
know approximately like how far down the noble stocks should be?
Well, it's, yeah, I mean, that part of the Underdark is like 100 feet down.
Okay.
Right. So like you wouldn't want to just step off.
Yeah.
And also there isn't a straight drop anyway. Like if you're like, oh, feather fall, this is going to go down and around. And we also know usually noble stock grows near Biverbang,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what you don't want to fly into.
Right.
It probably won't explode if you don't have any fire on you, and there's nothing on fire when they go off, and they'll just poison you very badly, even you.
Okay.
But they're also explosive, so
Mhm.
yeah, we don't want to
Noted.
wind up in a pile of Biverbang. Gross.
No. Preferably no.
That's the bad kind of mushroom.
Okay.
Oh, maybe the grills are full of Biverbang gas.
Oh, there you
There you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah.
And we don't have to put real world science in it. It's just
Right,
full of
yeah.
Biverbang. Nobody knew because they,
That's what they eat when they can't get fresh meat.
oh, they eat Biverbang.
Oh, I've got augury.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I could
okay,
use
there you
that
go.
to help choose.
Well,
Maybe?
but you can't ask which slide. You can say, is this slide good?
Yes.
And there are probably a dozen to choose from.
Okay.
Oh.
However, there could be more than one right one. It's not like there's only one
That's
right
true.
one to go. But, will this slide end near Noble Stock and not land in Biverbang?
Mm-hmm.
That's a yes or no question.
Yeah. I have an idea to narrow it down. Can I slide some rocks down the slides and see which ones sound like they go to the appropriate depth?
If you find one that's heavy enough, because little rocks will get stuck on some of the
Oh yeah.
roller coaster components of the slide.
Mm-hmm.
I'm picturing a very elaborate, like, marble racer,
Yeah.
like very elaborate twisting tunnel
Yeah.
of slides that, like, you need to get enough speed and momentum to stay in the slide, or like luge.
This is
Right?
like a clutch of baby purple worms that were kind of just been
Uh-huh.
tunneling through.
Yes.
This, like,
Yeah,
area
that's great.
forever, yeah.
That's a great way to, yeah.
Uh,
And they've left.
yeah,
because,
they've outgrown it.
Yeah. But it was a purple worm playground.
Yeah.
And they didn't mind getting a mouthful of Biverbang. Delicious. It's spicy
That's
food.
like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spicy. It's like
Yeah.
a pop rock.
It goes fizzy in your mouth.
Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. You know what? Can I help actually try to narrow it down even further by having Stool and myself, I guess, sniff around to see if there are any creatures that have entered any of these things recently?
Oh, like if it's active path.
Yeah.
Like creatures are like, oh yeah, I go up and down
exactly.
here
I
all
go
the
up
time.
and down this thing.
Hmm.
Maybe we need to avoid this particular one.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make a survival check,
Perfect.
and then
Awesome.
depending on the degree of success, we'll see what I give Night Friend.
Okay.
Hello, big friend. I've got a
Oh,
big
darn.
friend over here.
Every roll I've done so far, whether it's with
Well-
2d10s or 2d8s, one die has always rolled a 1.
Oh.
Rude.
Wow.
So
Well,
yeah,
there's a partial success here. What do you got?
I have expertise in survival though.
Okay, can you
So
get
that's
10
still
at least?
15.
Oh, 15 is the
Yeah.
second level of
Oh,
success.
Thank
Nice.
God.
Okay, so at a 10, I was going to give you +2 to your roll. At a 15, that's +4 to your roll.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if you'd rolled higher than that, it would have been an advantage.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
Okay. So,
hello, sir.
what am I rolling to?
Oh, now you want to try to narrow it down. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, and also we're trying to find a big rock or just something big and heavy enough
Mm-hmm.
that it'll go, but not also get stuck.
Yeah.
So that's probably the first problem to solve.
Okay.
That you don't want to use this bonus on yet.
No.
So maybe a nature check,
Oh, yeah. Okay. That sounds good.
nature or survival, whichever one's better. Oh,
Thanks.
sir, I don't know. There's not really enough room for you.
I think survival is better.
Can you reverse, buddy? Buddy, come on. Yeah, there's not room for big dog under table. Come
Fenrir.
on, back up, back up, back up. Beep, beep, beep. Thank you. That's a good boy.
Oh, come over here, buddy.
There's a lot of dog, and there's a lot of cables under our table.
Come here, buddy.
I
I
got
love you.
a 21 total.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah. You find a really big, overgrown. Let's see. I can't remember all the different mushrooms down there, but you find this great big mushroom cap that's like 5 feet tall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Break off the cap. yank this thing out of the ground, and you've got a like mushroom stalk that's 5 feet long and about as big around as a person,
Sweet.
and like kind of squishy and slimy. You're like, this will slide a long ways,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if you want to pick one to test,
Yeah. So we've narrowed it.
yeah, we'll
Down
say
slightly.
we've narrowed it down by half.
Okay.
All right, so there's now 6 to choose from.
Great. I guess I'll just choose one at random.
I'm sorry. But you found some big, slick mushrooms to throw down the chutes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What, Pooja?
Mm-hmm.
Just leaving that one.
I don't understand what you're referencing.
The gift that I have given everyone of our listeners.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
How about you roll a d6 and I roll a d6,
Okay.
and if they match,
Let's see what it is. I rolled a 1.
I got a 6.
Ooh,
So one of these careens down, and there's a small procession of concussions. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, so not that one.
Or maybe it's safe now.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, if it's... But then, would the concussions have destroyed the noble stock that's down there next to them?
It
so-
is delicate. Noble stock is delicate.
Yeah.
What if...
I'm gonna stick with my not that one. So now we've got 5 options.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's true.
There's
Mark off 1.
about 5.
So number 1 is not the one.
No, disassemble. No, disassemble.
Now, I do have a serious question about a silly thing.
Yes.
How much testing and caretaking, being careful, can Ezthe withstand? Okay, you understand like the nature of my question, right? Like I'm not trying to be a dick.
No, but we
It
are...
just comes naturally to me.
So far, we've got fun things. We've just had a fun explosion.
Yes.
There is one more thing we can try
Okay.
before Ezthe just goes for
Just
some
jumped on a slide. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Because they're
that seems
giant
reasonable to me.
slides.
Yeah.
But there were a bunch of explosions on that last one, and therefore, like, yeah, okay, that reinforces some caution.
Oh, okay. Okay. Got it.
Like, once it was down to half a dozen, there was that kind of like, well, I'll just, oh, maybe not.
Yeah, there was a 50-50 chance of it being very bad, right? Okay.
And so there's like, we have one more attempt, and Ezthe's not gonna make it because Ezthe has no survival skills. Like, technically at +1 it's survival because wisdom,
Yeah.
but also,
Yep.
why don't I just go down one and I'll be real sneaky about it?
Sneaky is not the thing these do. Did you hear the explosions
I
at the
did.
bottom?
I did.
I know you explode sometimes, but you don't want to explode like this.
No, and the explosions generally come at bad times, and I don't want to destroy the noble stock.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Exactly.
what we're here for.
How about this? Why don't you show me which one you would choose to go down, and I will consult the vibes
Okay, so
and see if that's a good idea.
Please roll a d10 if you're gonna roll something. So, since there are 5 choices, it's 1, 2 is 1, 3, 4 is
Yes,
2.
it is.
That's 4. So
So
Tunnel
slide
number
2.
two.
Slide number 2.
this one seems like the best choice. It calls to me
Slide number 2. Okay.
by being the closest to where I'm standing currently.
2 out of the 5 remaining. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use augury to ask if we go down slide number 2, will we get noble stock safely? Should I be more specific?
Yeah.
Okay.
Without getting bitter bung.
Yeah, without being exploded by
To Bibberbang.
Bibberbang. Yeah,
Okay.
Bibber banked.
that's the question.
Without getting Bibberbanged.
Yes. We want to get stalked, not banged.
Kind of fun. Yeah. All right. Okay. So augury is, do you roll something? Do you?
That's a great question. I don't
cast it?
remember.
Okay, I don't remember.
That's just the Wheeler Woe one, right?
I think so. Yeah.
God, I went to the tab where I was super zoomed in on the exit.
Oh no.
Was not ready for that. Augury, I think you just cast it and I answered
Yeah.
the question because it's like a 3rd level spell or something, right?
Yeah.
Here it is. Oh, it's a 2nd level spell. And you ask a question, and I choose from one of the omens.
Good, bad, or both.
Okay, for slide number 2,
Okay.
it is woe.
Whoa.
Okay.
Like a good woe or a bad woe?
Whoa.
Bad woe.
Oh.
Bad.
I
Like,
don't know Kung Fu.
woe is us. We have exploded. That
Oh.
slide number 2.
It
But
looks
we're
like
down
someone's
to
phone.
4 slides.
We are down to 4 slides.
Okay, well,
How many 2nd level spell slots do you have?
Good question.
2 at this level, I think.
2? Question mark? It doesn't. Oh, 3. 3 slots.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could do it again.
Can eliminate at least 2 more.
It's true.
Well, do you want to have Ezthe guess first?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, so now we're down to 4, so it's a D8.
Yeah, and I'd actually like you to roll 2d8.
Okay. I don't know where the other D8s are. We're just gonna roll this one twice. That's a 4. And a 1.
Okay.
Okay. Which one have you chosen?
Well, it's okay. Go ahead and cast your spell.
Okay. I cast Augury again and ask, is this one that
Is
Ezthe
it-
has
is this
chosen?
the one?
It is one of these 2. that
Okay,
you-
so it
that
is
you were
either
looking
number
at.
1 or the new number 2.
Yeah, there's just 1 and 2. There's just 2 slides to choose from. Remarkably, you've worked your way in from the edges to the 2 very center
2 middle
options.
ones, okay.
Okay.
Are, and one of them is wheel. You like, should I do this one or this one? Yes. You should do one of those.
Okay.
So then,
Can-
if I attempt to you've told me about the noble stock. You've told me about the beaver bag. I know some of the insightful characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
So I am going to try to like stick my head in partially and see if I can see down there.
Oh well, it's a big open thing. It's like you're at the slide park, right? There's just this whole arrangement of grooves going down into the dark.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can see, and then they all twist and turn. Yeah, it's like a
Okay.
competitive luging.
Should you try to slurp more of those shafts in there?
we could slurp a shaft down there.
There's got to be more mushrooms.
There gotta be more mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But we're a
You
big
just-
rock.
And each just grab, like, you know.
Well, we have a
Two of us
50-50
grab
chance
another
now of the mushroom goes down there and explodes or
Mhm.
doesn't, and then we know which one it is.
Yep.
Yep.
So you're going after 1 or 2?
1.
I already know which one it is. So
I think Night Friend has noticed that Ezthe is getting a little bit antsy, so they're gonna let you throw the mushroom down the tube.
Yay! I'm gonna chuck it.
you grab it. I think it's a little surprising for you because it looks dry, and then when you grab it, it like sweats a little, right? As soon as you squish it at all, there's like a sort of like a aloe or
Is
Yeah.
it good if I lick this?
That one, no, definitely don't lick that one.
smells
okay.
like vanilla and candy.
Maybe I'll lick what's left on my hand after I chuck it.
You want to do a wisdom save to resist? You don't have to. You can tell me I resist.
I feel like there is a thing about Ezthe that, like, when told specifically, no, don't do that,
Mhm.
that they generally not do that.
Right?
for a moment or two.
Yeah.
Long enough to chuck this mushroom down.
Yeah, but it smells like vanilla and candy.
But then my arm smells like vanilla and candy, and I only rolled a 5 on the dice.
Oh, well.
Whoops.
Okay. So you set this thing down, tip it over, whoop, off it goes, and you go, "Nuh," and just lick your inner forearm, right? I meant to pull this up earlier. Sorcerer.
What, I need to get clean? There's no water right here.
Yeah.
I just told you not to lick that.
I didn't lick it. I licked my arm.
Also, don't lick the mushroom juice that's on your arm.
Hold on. I'm trying to pull up the chaotic sorcerer table.
Oh.
I feel like as they
Wild
like,
magic.
Wild
sorcerer.
magic, yeah.
have had
That's
this
what it's called.
conversation like frequently before.
You have
But,
to
like,
be more specific.
there
Okay.
are some mushrooms you lick and some mushrooms you don't lick.
I
Do you-
didn't lick it.
Do you have the D100 10-sider? The one that has like 10, 20, 30 on it?
Oh, yeah.
So I need you to roll a D100, so that and a ones place.
Oh, just roll like I'm playing Call of
Okay.
Cthulhu.
Yeah. Do a
there
Call
you
of
go.
Cthulhu roll. Unless you want me to roll it.
No, it's fine. I have, you know, my Dragon Sword of Dice. That's a 40 even.
Okay, a 4-0. Oh, fantastic. You turn into a potted plant until the start of your next turn. While you're a plant, you have the incapacitated condition and have vulnerability to all damage. If you drop to 0 hit points, your pot breaks and your form reverts. So, the two of you see, yep, and this, ceramic pot goes plunk onto the ground with what sort of plant?
I think that it's an aloe plant.
Yeah.
Because it felt like aloe and it kind of,
Yeah.
like, it made sense at the time.
Well, that's why I told them not to lick the mushroom.
Oh, that's not something that happens to you folks regularly?
Not if we don't lick mushrooms, we're not supposed to.
Yeah, and I think for you guys, you don't turn into potted plants. You're like,
No,
oh,
yeah.
no, this is useful for all kinds of things. Like, oh, but meat people shouldn't.
Yeah.
How long were you a potted plant for?
Which time?
Yeah, okay. You couldn't figure out what thing did it to you, right?
No.
Yeah.
You gotta you repeat the
Yeah.
results for science.
Okay. After a few
Is
seconds.
Ezthe just going to be like this now?
No, after 10 or 12 seconds, you come back.
None the wiser, right?
There's still goo on your arm.
Is that what y'all feel like all the time?
I don't know. What did it feel like to be a potted plant?
And here's the thing, you were the plant, you were the soil, you were the ceramic pot that cracked a little bit when it hit the ground.
I was everything.
Actually, yes, that's what it kind of feels like.
Awesome. I'm gonna scrape some of this for later.
Oh, okay.
Well, we are on a mission.
It's gonna be hard to get the noble stock if you're a potted plant.
It was... I don't particularly like being forced to be still for that long.
That was several seconds where you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. And then we hop on the slide. Because that stalk went down with no noise and seemed safe.
Great. Let's follow that mushroom.
Can I use stool to do the little poof parachute thing again?
To
Apply drag to
To
the
try to,
fall
like,
and-
slow the-
Yeah.
if it was just you, yes.
Okay.
If you're trying
But
to
if I'm
slow
trying
them
to-
as well,
I will. How about this? Can I command stool to help one of them?
yes.
And I will just
Yeah,
take my chances with my glaive.
Sure.
I'm good.
Are you sure you don't want stool's help?
No, I definitely need to move now.
I feel like Ezthe is like face
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
Down the water slide.
Great. right?
I mean, it's all like slick now because of the
True.
The mushroom.
Oh,
The
sure,
mushroom.
yeah. The
You
The
don't
good-
get any
the-
more in your mouth.
you dive in, tongue out.
No, they told me it would be bad to be a
the potted plant at the bottom of the slide.
Might
I
be
would
pot.
break.
The only
Yeah.
thing that happens
True.
is the pot breaks and you revert back to your form.
Yep.
I don't know that though, and I was
Yeah, sure,
specifically
that's-
told
yeah,
that it
yeah.
would be a problem to be a potted plant right now. Like
Night friend.
the temptation is real, but also having been specifically told no. If this was 5 years ago,
Okay. Okay.
it would have
Yeah.
happened. But I've been here for a few weeks. I'm
Mhm.
old enough now to understand specific directions and follow them for at least some amount of time.
Yeah.
And I've saved some of the goo for later, so it's fine.
hmm
I got some in my pocket.
Do you want Stool's help?
To go down the slide?
Mm-hmm.
He'll apply some braking maneuver.
Oh. You know what? That's not a bad idea. I've seen as they fall down things before, and I don't want to go the way they did. Already going down the
I
slide.
send a little
Yeah.
telepathic command. Stool pops out like additional
Uh,
legs, and
As they
Kind of-
please roll acrobatics or athletics, your choice.
The acrobatics. Thank you
Oh
very
yeah,
much.
really? Huh, I'm shocked.
Let's go with the greens. That is an 8 plus 6 is 14 plus 6 is 20.
Oh yeah, great. All right. Night friend.
Yes.
You'll have advantage on this roll. 'cause
Okay.
Stool is assisting you.
Thanks, stool.
Say that every morning.
Acrobatics? Question mark.
What?
What are my options?
Acrobatics or athletics?
Okay, definitely acrobatics. Oh, and advantage, right? Okay. Get back in there. Not like feeling acrobatic. Oh, it's a good thing I got advantage. That is 17 on the dice
Ooh.
plus 2, 19.
Ooh,
nice.
yes.
The other one was a 1.
Oh, rude.
Get by with a little help from your stool.
Yes, you have passed through this space safely.
I mean, as long as your stool is going without incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stool is passing without
Stool
incident.
is, yeah.
All
All right, and I'm gonna use my my glaive to kind of like
try to control.
control my fall. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll use athletics for this one.
Okay.
Pretty good. Whoa. Hold on. Why do I have advantage? To initiate amorphous. Okay. That does not apply here. That's pretty good though. That is a modified 20.
Yes. Okay. Everybody lands at the bottom. No problem. What was the big deal?
It was so much fun. Can we do it again?
Yeah,
And
and
you've got like more goop on you now.
yeah, it's an extended ride, right? Like longer than you would think, right? There are moments where you are in true pitch darkness, right? And your dark vision takes over, and you, oh, okay, this is a lot. But yeah, you've dropped down more than 100 feet deeper into the Underdark.
Wow.
And you spill out onto an extremely narrow rock bridge.
Oh,
Okay.
is the mushroom stock still down there?
No,
Okay,
it
it's like-
has tumbled off the edge of the rock, which is why you didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
But all three of you are deftly able to hit that and hit this 10-foot wide strip. I think it's a landing strip is what we would call that.
Yeah.
There's no other use for that phrase. So just a landing strip and tumble, not go over the edge. And you can see it leads down a little ways further. I'm just going to say north. Who knows?
Sure.
It goes towards the top of the map, the up of the map. And where it meets a cave wall, and the inside of this wall, the path is clearly has been carved out of one. Like when you reach the wall and turn right, it's like there's been a divot that's carved out. It's not a perfectly flat path. It's not like dwarves didn't make this, but somebody did, right? Because if dwarves made it, there would be a hand railing, and there would be a, you know,
Some ocean standards.
Geometric patterns everywhere.
right. You know, or even if deep gnomes had made it,
Oh, sure,
it would be very tidily made.
Mhm.
And drow just don't make they don't outside of their city. They're very insular, right? So they're not going to come out and do a public works project to benefit the community. Like that, even Sildarine drow are
Like,
come on.
if you can't get up there, you don't deserve to be up there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, this tiny little path. Not really sure how we're gonna get back yet, but that's a later problem. We have fast travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It'll
there
be
is this
fine.
sort of carved out pathway there, and I think that's probably a good place to wind down for today. So we've only got like 15 minutes left, and
Okay.
yeah, you've safely deposited this part of the, and you can see, just looking over the edge, that this cave pathway gradually heads down to an area with fairly dense, like you can smell the bibberbang from here. I'm gonna say it smells like gasoline, right?
Okay.
Like, it's not literally gasoline in mushroom form, but it has that sharp, like, I don't like that smell, right? That's like tastes like, smells like chemicals.
Obnoxious kind of.
Not in a good way.
Mind giving you warnings that this is very bad.
This is bad.
Yeah.
Don't eat this unless you're a Grell, and then enjoy, right? I'm glad somebody likes it. So, yes, you could see some of the bibberbang down there. Noble stock is much smaller than bibberbang, so, but it's probably down, like, where there is bibberbang, usually, if no one's sneaked in and eaten it, then there's probably noble stock down there.
That's why the noble stock grow there. It's sort of like a symbiotic.
Yeah,
mechanism.
it's protective.
Yeah.
And I would say, as they even like city kid, like you've heard of noble stock, right? Like I'm sure Ezthe maybe hasn't gotten into hard drugs yet, but you've heard of them, right? This isn't like that. It's not an illicit substance. It's a like extremely medicinal substance, but it's also the thing of like getting a CAT scan, so it's like an expensive elite thing that like hardly anyone can afford, right?
Yeah.
But you've certainly heard of it.
Like, I think that there's like definitely been people like pretty regularly who come to my dad's shop.
Yeah.
And they're like, there's got to be another source of noble stock. There's
Yeah.
got to be another way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just for, people who are still doing all right, but like can't not on noble stock's level.
Yeah. Yep. So that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us for episode 15 of the Astral Circus here on HappyJacksRPG. Thank you to our chat mods for their diligent work keeping us safe here on the interwebs. Thank you to our amazing Patreons who keep us ad-free and independent. It's the only way I want to do this. I do not want to have to sell ads or anything I don't believe in. Fuck that noise. We all have to deal with capitalism, and we can choose the level at which we participate.
Thanks to y'all.
You can join that effort at happyjacks.org/Patreon. That being said, I know everyone has an amount of budget that's available to them right now, and I'm certain that, I know for a fact that Kimi would back me up in this, like, if it's between like, ooh, should I donate to the Patreon or should I donate to like an aid project or a local thing, or like there are so many people that need help right now, and if it's between that, give to your local LGBTQ support or anything in your community that needs support, and then if there's leftover, help us play our games, right? That's awesome, but certainly in that order, please, like help some folks, and then if you have a little extra, we appreciate it. Patreon has like $5 levels, right? So there's a very small levels. Okay, Pooja.
Hi, I'm Pooja. You can find me on the internet as Forgotten Saves. If you want to see me play more TTRPGs, I'm all over the Happy Jacks back catalog at this point. I have inserted myself into lots of things. I'm also on QCG, Queen's Court Games, Mekong, one-shots and other mischief, which is a Southeast Asian space opera in mechs, as all the great space operas are, let's be real. And on the 12-sided stories back catalog. If you want to see me make weird shit, you can catch me on my YouTube channel, Forgotten Curiosities.
We're about to learn about Pooja's OnlyFans.
Oh.
Sorry, tasteless joke. My bad.
More power to people who do that for a living.
Yes.
I am not one of them.
Yeah.
But yes, I do make things, and I post about it on YouTube. So, Forgotten Curiosities, I am currently turning my crafting room into an, like, artificer's workshop. And that is a process that is occurring.
If I may quickly sort of X-card my own dumb joke, we do not shame sex work here. That is not a thing that we do, and I apologize. I will do better.
Speaking of sex work adjacent creations, hi everybody, I'm Sam. You can find me on the internets under my author pen name, Sylvie Hellstaff, where I write spicy monster romance novels.
And they're so good.
They are very spicy. In fact, I have a new one. This one.
Oh, it's in physical form.
That is coming out literally tomorrow. Actually, you can go pre-order it or get the paperback version online now because I put up the site too early. Anyway, it is called Lust and Found by me, Sylvie Hellstaff. I did all of the artwork, including art on the interior because I am an unhinged person.
The like stained glass
Oh,
effect is so good.
Yes, and it's
Damn.
a beautiful
Thank
cover.
you. Thank you. This comes out tomorrow in ebook and paperback. For the rest of this month, Pride, and for the month of July, I'm going to be donating any proceeds from this book to the Trevor Project, which is an organization that supports LGBTQ youth. So if you get one of these, you're going to be helping me do that. And just want to give back to my community in that way. Yes, it is a very spicy story about queer community and finding your place in the world and having a nice relationship.
There are more than 2 people on the cover there.
There are.
Interesting.
This is a poly situation. We have our non-binary main character who meets an archdemon of the amorous variety, and eventually meets his lovely assistant here. If you go to my Blue Sky, you can see character art, all kinds of fun stuff there. Yeah, it's a really fun story. It's heartwarming. It's surprisingly wholesome, some of my readers have said, for how spicy it is.
Actually, yes. I agree with that. That was what you were asking me to describe the book. I was like, well, it's actually not, like, it's, wholesome. I hadn't come up with that word.
Yeah,
but
I have to say, like, I personally love and have been waiting for like a cozy poly situation, and it feels like this is going to be it because
I think it definitely fits into the cozy poly situation. The relationships are healthy. There's consent. It's all kinds of good,
and
fluffy,
a lot of raunchy sex.
and a lot of spice in here.
Yeah.
So if you're under 18, do not read this. But if you're over 18, please go check it out and help me support this worthy cause with my spicy books. Thank you. Anyway.
I love how you put it. It's the demon in front.
Yes, it does put the demon in Pride Month.
That's
and
so good.
in some of the characters.
Yeah. You got any demon in you? Would you
If I'm
like some?
lucky. If I'm lucky.
Hi everybody, I'm Jay, and my OnlyFans is at. No, I'm kidding. No, nobody wants to see it. That'd be lonely fans, actually.
Oh.
Anyway, no, but enough of that. You can find me in the Happy Jacks back catalog. You can find me at JAfrica on most of the socials. That's pretty much. I've got like a lot of real life stuff going on right now, and so that's kind of what I'm keeping myself to this. But hopefully I will be joining more streams with Happy Jacks in the future. Yeah, that's about it. Whether you're a patron or not, whether you support our Patreon or not, we hope that if you've joined us here and are listening or viewing, either now or later, that we brought a little bit of joy, a little bit of light in your life, considering kind of everything that's happening in the world.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for supporting us, even with just views and listens. We always appreciate that.
We love y'all.
Awesome.
Yeah, we do.
Take care of
me.
yourselves.
Also, I was here. I'm Jason. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Twitch at It's Probably Okay, or my website, probablyokgames.com. And at my website, you can find the link to DriveThruRPG to buy my game Demigods, which I made a few years ago, and had a Kickstarter. It was fun, awesome.
Demigods is a great time.
I like the game that I made. I have to admit that. I'm the worst salesperson in the world, so bear with me through this. Yesterday, however, totally separate events, because Sam DeLev was doing a fundraiser for immigration support, like legal funds, and we couldn't decide what to play. I was like, hey, what if, because one of the people playing I hadn't really played with before, and she was like, well, I like games where it's like the real world, but then it's a little different, and then like something, I was like, well, what if, and people liked the idea, and I was like, fuck it, okay, I'm gonna run my game. And then as I was getting ready, as I'm prepping that, I found an email from like 9 days ago that I hadn't noticed, with this other group, Transplaner RPG, who were like, hey, we'd like to play Demigods on our game. Yesterday, right? Like,
Oh, no.
It was before, okay? But
Yeah.
it was like maybe 40 hours before they were going to play the game. No, 30 hours. And I was like, oh my God, I emailed. I was like, hi, I'm sorry, I didn't see this. Yes, I want to, they were asking me if I wanted to support, like, sponsor the game and do giveaways and stuff. I was like, yes, absolutely, I will give away stuff. Because they were doing something for the T.S. Madison project. And so you can find that on Transplaner RPG. And I just want to put both that and Delevely is the name of Sam Delev's channel. Always doing great charity works, fundraisers, all that stuff. Please go follow those channels. They're really trying their hardest to do the best they can to take care of the people around them. And I love
And
that.
if any of our listeners and viewers have not heard of Transplaner, amazing community.
Yeah.
Just like a really amazing series.
Yep.
They're celebrating, I think, their
Five years,
year anniversary of and it's
Because we all started during COVID.
but like just phenomenal people over there, phenomenal actual plays. So if you enjoy storytelling actual plays, like, you are definitely going to love theirs as well.
Happyjacks has been around a lot longer, but Sam and Transplaner and my channel, at least, all popped up in that spring of 2020 for some reason. I can't remember why we had some free time then, but
Like you do.
not worth ruminating on. But that's it for us this week. Next week we'll be finishing off Ezthe, Ezthe's side mission. We'll be finishing them off. And that's it. I don't have anything else to add. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.